A little quiet.
You're quiet.
I'm always quiet.
That's mostly because you're probably asleep.
Hey, when you start playing at 11 at night, at some point I gotta crash. I gotta wake up at 6 now.
Honestly, fucking facts, dude. I am with you 100% on that.
Those are whack. I'm up constantly.
Yeah, but don't you work at a bank?
So doesn't mean anything. I still gotta be there on time. Do my job.
I gotta be
Be there for
there.
you guys, and all that jazz. Come on, man. I got a 4-year-old.
I got a 4-year-old.
I got a lot, of responsibilities.
Well, it sounds like you should have had kids earlier. Like, should have been like me and had 3 kids before you were 25.
20? Wait, you really have 3 kids?
Yeah, they're all teenagers.
You poor bastard.
Nah. My ex-wife is the poor bastard.
Oh god, that means you pay child support.
I guess I am a poor bastard in the fact that I don't have money now.
This is life.
Thank goodness for disability and education benefits.
Did we anticipate Sir Don whether or not Rolly would be late? Because he's your friend, I'm asking you directly.
Oh wow, he's not any of our friends.
I have no idea. He did not say anything to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, no worries. So, as you guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of based off of the information you guys have provided in the ambush channel. You understand that a few things have been obviously changed and reverted. Before the entire state of the ambush that would have occurred here in this room, Eric has put in place a plan to disguise himself as the main Galron. With that, Sir Dawn, Roly, and the Galron G3 all decide to take a brief flee in hoping to avoid initial conflict of this ambush. Now, there were 3 individuals in the room amongst you, basically. One was directly in the center of the room here, and then 2 were in this room here. It's already known you guys have fled successfully with everybody, losing nobody from the previous time. But how would you put into the flair of you guys escaping? With the 2 outside knowing very little about the ongoings within, Jin and Wiggles see that there were like real bullish looking adversaries. They weren't smart, they weren't wise, and since one was flying, you couldn't even be touched by them. Wiggles could easily just do, like a zombie walk past them and escape gleefully. But those in the room with the assassins, knowing their locations, what would you guys have done further to clarify your escape? So you're done. Since you didn't have the most voice.
Since I didn't have the most what?
And since you didn't have the most voice in the channel, is there anything you wanted to contribute, like to set the stage for what you might have been doing with this information? You would have had all of it off. I don't know if you had the chance to read the chat, but basically,
I unfortunately have not.
Gotcha. So Rolly was able to identify the location of the 3 invisible assassins prior to the attack that occurred on you guys. And one was here, one was here, and one was here. As you guys were stationed, you guys at the circles. You guys were like here, and here. Eric was here, and he turned himself into Galron, who was also south of here. With Eric now being a perfect duplicate of Galron, well, they would have been next to each other at this point during this conversation, I'm sure. This invisible assassin has been on a sentry watch, the one that's been in the middle of the room with you guys. Guys are aware its location. Rolly can see it directly and is watching their active actions. At no point has this assassin been like pointing its weapon or trying to actively harm anyone, but it has been in the room observing everything, waiting for some kind of time to strike, which has yet to occur. Eric has taken action of making himself Gowron. Roly, I would assume, would have a spell ready to drop. We'll say slow or something to make this one laugh his ass off and not be a problem for you guys or something. The most plausible exit route would either be it would be the center of the map, out the window, because there were technically 2 more assassins in the woods back here, waiting for any stragglers. So this would be the easiest route as a team, considering your situation. I just was wondering what your flavor would be on actually escaping.
Honestly, I think. Let me see if I have any more channel divinities. But I think if I do, I would probably use one to make the Sure. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Well, you did it twice.
I read those.
Sure.
So do you guys want horses, or should I just like sneak off?
No, I don't think I don't
good
think I would
distraction.
necessarily be doing anything specific, I guess, or special, because I mean, in all honesty, I don't think my spell slots reflect this accurately, but I feel like I remember I'm pretty tapped for magic and shit.
So I think technically everything kind of reverted a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what we have.
I guess in that instance, or in that case, maybe like an aura of courage or something, protection. Let's see which one's better.
I'm just gonna move myself. DM
You're gonna what?
myself.
You're gonna what yourself?
Move myself.
I cannot understand what you're saying.
Move. I just
Oh,
put myself
move
back in
yourself.
the room.
Gotcha.
I
Oh,
guess just an aura
you
of
don't have to.
protection.
Gotcha.
Cast one of those to help everybody get out if needed.
You got it. Eric, would you do anything to wrestle this one particular adversary between you all for everyone else to run through?
Well, he's invisible, right?
Yeah,
So I can't really cast anything on him. So
that's why I said wrestle.
Huh?
That's why I said wrestle.
I mean,
Said wrestle.
I mean,
Like you physically know he's in front of you because you were
okay,
being
I mean,
updated.
I could try to grapple him. I guess I don't know because
Or you guys can walk right by and just hope he's none the wiser. Or tell. I mean, yeah. One of you guys
I mean, I'm not leaving, right? Like,
you tell me. Would you guys have been trying to escape, or are you just trying to take his place?
I'm taking his place.
But if you could escape with everyone, would you escape with him and just be a decoy?
If that's an option, then I suppose.
Yeah. I would. I mean, I'm imagining that if Roy was present, he would be ushering to depart, immediately leave. I'm sure he would even maybe cast invisibility if he had the ability to do so on everyone in the room to usher them out. But it's really like, let's just, for simplicity's sake, you guys all facilitate your way out of the building in some mysterious manner. Everyone's a little fuzzy on how that all worked out, but both Galrons, including Eric being the G6 version, all successfully flee. Wiggles and Jin meets you guys along the path that you guys all dashed to in your very first retreat, where the lot of you, which I believe is 2, 4, 6, 8 of you, all head to a ruined tower for safety. You imagine that in this immediate moment, there is no pursuit, as you guys have managed to indifferent their decision on approach. You find yourselves in a ruined tower with a well that goes unbeknownst, and an entry that also leads you to wonders unknown. But you are at times safe. If you wish, you could take a long rest where no intentional assassinations will occur. A frog might end up in your camp, but nothing insane. or you guys can go into or leave here or do whatever what it is, or you may just have a sidebar with the team and see how you all wish to move forward.
We're getting a long rest here.
If you all wish to take one, this will be a safe domain.
We probably should. I feel like.
I'm gonna rest for 4 hours and then summon sprinkles.
Well, I guess my question would be: has Rolly still been able to keep an eye on the assassins? Like, have they
Yes.
followed? Have they?
I would say with Rolly being able to watch, he would inform you guys. I think we lost them for now, anyways. I'll let you know if I see them. But whatever you guys really pissed off that G5 Gowron.
Because
I don't think that's the last we'll see of them. But for now, it'll be safe.
I'm just wondering if it would be smarter to tiny hut, and, like make something.
Absolutely wise. Any security like such would be wise. Not to say
Tiny
someone's
hut,
not
I
watching
can't.
you.
So I can tiny hut.
Yeah, just saying, like make it look like the surrounding rocks or something.
Come to like a, I don't know, rock. Looks like there's a bunch of rock clutter or something.
Oof, did you come up on that on your own? Don't tell me Eric did not motivate you right now. Boy. Oh,
Do a giant cardboard box like Metal Gear.
I was like, I feel like as a war guy, I could suggest smart tactics.
Absolutely. I just like how she just like reiterated it almost perfectly. Uh, you guys create a tiny hut. You all safely fit in with space for, I think it's what, 8 or 9. If it's 8, you guys are packed. If it's 9, you have
9.
space for one more. Perfect. So, with a +1 if one were to come by. Inside this hut, before the Gaurons interact with you all, imagine the Gaurons are just listening to you guys in your holy shit what just went down. You have full understanding, meta knowledge of what occurred first, and you understand what occurred after of this Deus Ex Machina escape with less pain, and you actually get to keep G3. So, with this, you guys understand that there's a higher power at play. You understand that there's a thing called the Four. The Four definitely are not from something you guys have experienced before. Eric is the only one with any literature reading of what the Four are. You know that G5 has no clue what interventions just occurred. In his mind, he had succeeded, so he is in a bewilderment of confusion right now. While he's sorting that out, there is no pursuit. Until that is figured out and reporting from there is solved, then you guys will see the reemerging of that threat. Otherwise, the field is your guys's. You understand anything and everything we discussed. If you guys want to give Sirdan the quick breakdown, you may. Go ahead, Eric.
I guess with my knowledge, am I understanding that all these Gaurons are somehow like connected and they know where they are at all times?
Yes, you would not. Okay, yes and no. The Gowron that's hunting the other two does not know where they are at all times, but they do have a link. So when they do certain things, they connect. So imagine like Harry Potter and Voldemort.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I guess I was trying to figure out. Like,
Yeah.
there's ways for them to
There's a
sense
tether.
each other. Yeah.
Yes. So the pursuit will continue, just not at this time.
So yeah, now we know we have 2 Gaurons we have to protect from Mecha Gauron.
Mecha Gowron?
You know,
One of Gowron.
Mecha Godzilla
Do we know-
and regular Godzilla.
Yeah, that's
They're supposed to-
yeah.
Evil Gowron?
Do we know where G5 gets his powers from? Like who?
Yes, from defeating the other Gaurons.
Yeah,
He was-
Oh, okay,
highlight.
that's
It's
right,
literally
that's right,
Highlander.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I know this reference.
Do we know of a way to weaken him? Can we bring the other Gaurons back to life?
No, he has consumed them. He has replaced them in reality. He has literally basically overrode their existence with his own. So that is why he does have the power and the control, and he can help. And this is why previously I had discussed how they run like the shipments of weapons and stuff through multiple parallels. Like this is not something new to them. This is why Rolly has always been decently supplied by Gowron's needs and his connections. But these troubles have been happening in the background that Gowron has not brought forward and have now caught up to him.
What
With
is
that,
the Highlander or something?
that's what. Man, Jin is on a roll today, guys. Is there like an echo chamber? Or am I tripping? Am I in the past now? Did we not talk about this a second ago?
Maybe.
Or are you teasing me, Jin? Or did you really not hear us earlier?
No, I didn't hear that.
Jeez Louise. JP was like he went on a whole thing about it. Yes, that was a
That's really
reference.
funny.
I don't know.
That's
why, that
really
must be
funny.
crazy. Anyways, so yes, the G5 can absolutely still influence all the business these other two are doing, which is where the problems are occurring. Where these two are still trying to keep the supplies going and the business functioning, G5 has been heavily hindering it, and by doing so, getting closer to them, like today or now. So, what would you guys like to know for clarity's sakes in the sense of how to deal with or protect it? If there's any questions.
If we kill the Gowrons, will that weaken him?
If you kill these Gowrons, he gains no benefit. Then it just literally gives him full control of the entire network that they built.
Okay. Right on.
It leaves him in the state he is, Stangent, but with more power in the long term, I guess, when you think about the influence he would then have.
Gotcha.
So I guess the other bit of clarity that if it was clarified in the chat that maybe I haven't seen is was Sebastian's goal intent for us to take out G5 then? Was that
His intent was for them to destroy each other.
okay?
He
Okay.
did not intend for you guys to arrive there. Well, all of you guys. He sent a few of you guys because he figured that one of them would fail or one of them would be left remaining but weakened. If you consider the potential conflict of all three of them duking it out. And then you guys would come and sweep up whichever is left because you were told it's this one. You know what I mean?
Right. And then
Backup
because
plan.
both of them being dead then would mean that G5 would have nowhere to draw more power from, but have that long-term influence by taking over the network. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And Sebastian wants a war no matter what. So either he just needs a bigger threat somewhere because everything is at like a standstill. The war has not evolved because there is no, oh my gosh, everyone has to work harder. It's just been like we're going to just keep throwing rocks and stones at each other until someone does something big. And that's what Sebastian's trying to influence. But his influence is limited to influence literally. He can physically not pick up a rock and move it to cause a butterfly effect. For means beyond your understanding. Maybe not beyond your cousin's full knowledge, but it's not like anything you guys have studied yet in any concern. But that was made clear in the Discord, for clarity's sakes.
When does Jin earn wish?
Already earned a wish.
Okay, let's wish all the Gowrons back.
How about
Why wouldn't you just wish another Gowron gone? G5.
Wish him all back so he can get stronger.
I thought the rule was
he gets stronger and stronger because he gets more Gowrons to kill.
hey, Disney said genies can't kill.
You don't have to kill him. You can just wish him out of existence. Like he wouldn't be able to come back to an existence, right? This realm.
Banishment.
This is a limited wish. It's not a wish. Y'all need to
What can you
relax.
Y'all need to
what's the restrictions of limited wish?
I can do one spell that is a 6th level or lower of any spell book.
That's a terrible wish.
Yes. It's not I'm gonna just change the game
That's
wish.
not a good wish.
Well, we could all throw
even
ourselves
that kind of
at
a wish is insane. Like that has the potential to
some
really
serious
like
shit.
make some shit go wonky haywire.
Yes, it does. I've been
we
holding
could
off
all
on
throw
things.
ourselves at Gowron and then Jin used Disintegrate.
Technically, yes.
Let's do that.
And roll 1 and hit Rolly again.
Oh God.
I thought he was
Is
going to
Rolly
say,
back? I heard somebody.
no.
Huh? No.
Rolly's not here.
I think it was just Discord being weird.
It was haunting you. In spirit.
With my internet, it just says I joined the server over and over again.
Huh?
I haven't seen
It
any.
really... It pings me into the server like I just joined, but I never left.
Weird. Oh, maybe it's like a disconnect reconnect thing for yours.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it might have been me. It does that when I'm on Xbox.
So you played yourself.
Uh,
Gotcha.
I was so hopeful it was Rolly.
Anyways, nonetheless, what do you guys discuss? What is the game plan? What is the direction? You guys are on Lesperia. There is a potential war being influenced between the orcs and the Lesperian government, the council. And now you guys are targeted because you're carrying 2 time-dimensional twins.
Well, I'm curious what's down this well and what's inside that door, but other than that, probably about the war.
So you guys talk to your team.
Where is our superpowered evil friend?
Sebastian? That dude dipped.
No, not Sebastian. Fuck that guy. The dude with the cult that you guys wouldn't let me befriend.
The devil? Or the demon?
Yeah.
That dude was released into the world thanks to your Furblog friend there. And I don't know. He's probably off causing mayhem.
And he promised if he met you guys again, that you'd be in the way of war. He would give you a warning to move, and if you don't, you get run over.
He's going to disintegrate us, is basically what he's saying.
Or attempt to.
I think he'll do worse, but
Yeah, probably.
that's why I wanted to be his friend.
Well, man, you're welcome.
He
to
didn't
this
want to
fight.
be our friends.
He did not. He made that.
He
pretty
had no
clear.
intention. He made that very clear. Try as you might, he did not give a flying fuck. He was not about that life.
So, do you guys wish to investigate your area or
I
something
want to
other?
sleep first, and then I shall investigate this area.
Yeah.
Since I'm in Sprinkles.
Especially after Sebastian said there might be a chest laying around with some magic item in it. I want to find it.
Okay. Does anyone care to keep watch? Though I told you you're safe, you guys in the PC stance would not feel that way. So
I mean,
I
nothing
can
Dog
keep
can
watch
keep
after
watch.
4 hours.
okay, Wiggles volunteers after his initial trance.
I
After
guess
that?
Seardon will do first watch then.
Okay.
Surdon's an elf too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just swap off.
Technically, I'm an Eladrin.
Technically, me being on watch has never gone well. But
That's
here we
very
go.
true.
I mean, he fights both ends. I mean, his argument is actually valid.
He's
It's gonna
not
go
wrong.
well for me because you promised never just try to steal my boots again. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You made
This is
you made
true.
a promise. So, while the night comes and you all rest, is there any side conversations any two paired try would like to have? You all look at each other in disappointment. God, we suck. Cool. And you all know that it might be a tough night if Wiggles goes
whoops.
first. Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You were doing your check, or you were just rolling for rolling?
No, I was doing the check, but I accidentally clicked it early.
We will
I had
keep
it pulled
going
up
on.
and then I accidentally double clicked it.
No, that's totally fine. Seems like everyone else is content resting. So, Sir Don, as you do your watch, do you patrol? How do you go about your...
I think just scanning from the bubble, honestly. I don't think he'd leave.
And your cousins, do you care to interact with them at all?
I think maybe like if nothing right off the bat seemed to be alarming, he would probably try to have an inner monologue with his cousins to try and garner their thoughts on the current situation.
And did you want the audience of all four of them, or did you want to pick and choose who is allowed in this chamber in your mind? As you know, some of them were a bit less.
Let's do. Could I do like a 1-by-1 kind of
Sure.
a thing?
Okay. Sure.
Like get all of their opinions unaltered and like uninfluenced by each other,
Absolutely. Why not?
or at least
Okay.
try to at least.
Who would you like to start with?
Let's go with. Let's just go with like winter first. Winter into spring into summer into fall.
You got it. Wonderful. As you kind of sit there and watch, and you pop into your mind, you summon winter. Why do I feel like it's always some problem whenever you need the attention of us? It's cold. Icius comes through.
Would you rather I bug you when I just feel like it?
It feels like that's what's happening.
I feel like it's more worth your time when it's a problem than when it's just for fun, though, right?
So you have a problem after all. Perhaps you
I
do
do.
wise intentions.
And I seek some guidance and some insight.
Drop it on me. Do entertain me with something amusable.
Give him a breakdown of what's happened in the last little bit of time here since we arrived at the battlefield, and kind of just ask him for his advice or thoughts on the situation. I'll tell him about Sebastian, then tell him about the different Gaurons and the G5 Gauron, this Mega Gauron that is consuming the others.
Okay. It goes all the way to understood. Sebastian. Doesn't ring a bell in any of our histories. No. Doesn't even fit to any of our problems. Here's what I suggest. It seems as if these people like to compound and create this type of interest that nobody in particularly seems to want. I think the only problem is how to break the tether so they can all just live their own lives. I feel like something is keeping them held by one another, as if kids were told to hold hands and not told why not to let go. Look at us, for instance. It's not like we are free to go on our own. The moment we're out, we'll be searched and sought after. The whole world will just have a sense of our freedom and want it.
Do you think it could have something to do with their origin? Wherever they were born?
I think it has to work similarly with the way we create our Fey portals, to and fro. It leaves us in this thought of, well, when we touch a port key and it takes us to a place we remember, like a signature, if they were all born from the same DNA, same genetics, same purpose, same principle, same thought, same inkling, but in a different parallel, as what you're telling me, then they must have all interacted with something at the exact same time in their existences that made them all connected. And
then we'd have to find what that is.
Exactly, but there's a chance these ones might not know. One of them does, which is how this has been held together this entire time. But whether or not they are aware of it, or any of them were from the start, is unknown. Some do it maliciously with intent of higher understanding, like the Fae. Had it happened to us, we would be battling it out with our twin, like spy versus spy, never letting the other do what it is they needed without our benefit first. Why do you think we became separate seasons?
Just kind of shrugs at that.
We all wanted to outshine each other. The only way to solve it was to give us our own slot. We got our own unique item that allows us to block out this particular period and reign supreme. He like snaps his
Oh.
fingers.
I'll ponder on that for a little while. Thanks for your insight there, friend.
Very well. And they fade away in this kind of like snowflake. Flying away.
Where can he be?
So give me a quick second. My kid is calling us to say goodnight, so let me jump on that
Yeah,
call
you're
with him
good.
real fast.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're inside a rock, right?
Looks like we're in a tower. There's a well in front of us and a door further back.
Yeah, but I mean the tiny hut. It looks like we're inside a rock. No one can see us.
Yeah, like a bunch of rubble is what I was thinking. Cause like there's a couple rubble spots on the sides right here that I was looking at, and I was like, oh, that seems perfect. And nobody can see us. Nobody can come through here unless I allow them in. No spells or other magical means can come in either.
And I'm getting tricked by a succubus this time.
Yeah, as long as you don't exit the hut, you're fine.
Good. I'll just play with sprinkles while I use my like 18 passive perception. So what's the deal with Cerdon? He's got 4 voices in his head.
It's those.
Yeah, he's got the 4 seasons of the Fae kind of melded into his mind.
Everybody has a cool background story, and I have a pet dragon.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
That is really dope.
Yeah, I haven't seen Sprinkles in forever, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why I'm summoning him first.
So we're telling my kid goodnight, and he switches the camera to look at the wall, and there's a big ass Pennywise poster just staring at him. He's a 4-year-old, and I'm like, oh, my god. Mom. I was like, seriously. And then right below that is the popcorn. Oh no, the pistol plasma gun from Killer Clowns Outer Space. It's a whole freaking horror room in there. Anyways,
That's
thank
right.
you for that period. It looks like Wiggles, you got disconnected from. Oh wait, Wiggles, you're never on Foundry. I mean, never mind. Yeah. Anyways, right. So,
Just
do you
rub that
bring?
in.
Yeah. Sorry. You bring up summer now. Sorry, spring. Sir.
Yes, spring.
Sirdon, I have just felt the most immense emotions from you.
Do pray tell what emotions?
Well,
It just kind of
sounds as
says
if
with
the
like a
leaves-
dry, it's like sarcasm.
well, it sounds like as if the leaves have curled with tension, almost as if the veins have been constricted and no flow of life has been allowed. Almost like there has been a contestant of fates.
Your poetic grandeur is true here. And then I'll kind of just break down and explain the situation again, and just say, I'm trying to get some insight into potential solutions to our current problem regarding everything I've just explained.
Okay. With that, they go, well, that's extreme. This is definitely more of a summer winter wombo combo. I like the things that are like, do they love each other or not kind of issues. But
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and grab Summer.
But listen to me real quick. See it on. If there's any advice I can give you on how I felt your emotions and the constriction of them, is with this conflict, this problem.
Uh-huh.
Don't think your way through it. Express it. Release your struggle. And then you see them just pop out.
That was strangely insightful.
You see and hear a horizon sun. Yeah. And then they go, just kidding. What do you need? I heard you had problems. Spring told me and they were crying and they said that you felt bad and that you're making them feel like Mantis.
Yeah, well, spring embodies the I guess emotions that I wish I could share at this point. But
We wanted to call her Epiphany, but it just didn't sound seasonal.
yeah, no, that's fair. Fair. Spring did mention that you and Winter might be better to talk to about this. I already spoke to Winter and got Winter's opinion.
Yeah, and Spring told me all your problems in a sobbing cry of vines. But what I think is that we find the Sebastian guy, we ask him to raise the heat up on one side or the other, and then we just jump on the side that we favor.
It's very simple. I like it. Straight to the point.
We just
Straight to the point.
That's what they want, right? So if they need us to be diplomats, play into favor with the Sebastian guy. Hear him out. He clearly has the powers. This G5 dude clearly has the powers to kick someone else's ass like yours, and I'd rather see us get back home. But me and Winter, if we both address this together, I would fizzle out his simple thoughts, and I would want extreme out of him. But then he would try to thaw down my extremity of saying just give Sebastian what he wants. So if I had to think like him, which I can't, I'd burn through all of my exhausting time and just take a nap and let things play out as they are.
Also very insightful. I appreciate you.
Sometimes it's all or nothing, cousin. Then he is gone. You hear incoming. Oh, pops right in. Like a massive hay bale, and then boop, boop, ditto's out. Oh man.
That was fun. You should do that more often.
Yeah, gotta stretch the legs and express myself a little more. And I figured you'd be the perfect audience.
By stretch the legs, you mean figuratively, right? Because right now, you don't.
Thanks. Way to go with the flow there. You
Anytime,
clearly,
big guy.
know how to fall with it. So, what can I do for you? Seems like you got some problems. I heard the others talking. I didn't listen because I figured I'd just fall through like always.
Great. So, first thought that comes to your head, go.
Wow, if I was them three discussing a problem together, then it sounds like all of us should get together and have a discussion where I still wouldn't listen because I haven't listened the first time. I told you I wouldn't listen the second time. So if we got together, I probably wouldn't listen the third time. But my fall through is also a follow through because I think the big dude you're with can probably give you the insight that I couldn't, but I would be the referral. You could be like, yo, big dude, the fall guy is pretty wise and powerful, and he told you that you got something for him. Or me.
The big dude. Who do you mean?
Well, you're big, and then there's another big dude. Everyone else is pretty like un poquito.
You mean Eric?
Is that his name?
The
God, I
furbolg
thought they
fella.
were saying Carrot was just like a joke, but yeah, Carrot, Eric, I see where it comes from.
All right. Well, see what he knows, I guess.
Probably not much, but at least it's not my fault,
Sure. I just kind of give him like kind of squint and give him this like look of like, okay.
Look, I checked him out once, and he used to hang out with this chick, and they once wrapped up this Aarakocra and like tied him to a bow or something. I don't know. I'm just saying he's like a badass dude. Seen some shit.
Sounds intense. All right,
I
well,
like him.
I'll let you go back to arguing with the rest of the cousins, and toodaloo.
Best of luck.
Wait, I can't do that blinking out thing like you can. Never mind. Sorry, that's awkward.
Wow. So I really got to do all the effort in here.
Yep.
Typical. He just leans backward and just falls, as if there was a invisible infinity pool horizon that he just faps behind. You open your eyes and you see there is a small dragonfly, kind of like a little pupil, and it flutters around staring at you briefly, and then flies off into the most perfect little shining spot in the sky of the moon. Did you guys see the supermoon last night, today at all?
No. Wait, yes, I did see it last night.
It's pretty bright, so it probably blinded you. I get it, I'll post a picture for you. This is taken by my friend, and then I'll send my amazing comparison photo because I used an iPhone. Take a guess. But anyways, you see a beautiful little moon as the dragonfly flies up toward it. Oh, to the distance. Whether or not the dragonfly was anything of importance is not based off of an insight check.
Insight. I'm great at those. Wait, I might actually be great at those. Hold on. 22.
Not 20.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a sign. It meant that upon all of this, the eclipse of this supermoon happening across area at this moment means that there's a shadow coming. Something from the past will cover what you're looking at ahead of you. Do you race it or do you face it? and your watch ends. You hear
Cool.
the snoring of somebody nearby.
I'll wake up our next watchman.
I believe it was Wiggles, unless anyone
Wiggles. Yeah, I believe it was Wiggles.
Wiggles.
Me
You
and
summon
Sprinkles
Sprinkles.
are on watch duty. Oh yeah.
Sprinkles goes. What do you do?
I hang out with Sprinkles while I use my passive 18 for perception to keep an eye on stuff.
You use your passive 18 for perception, and I want you to roll a survival check.
Oh.
You're in the great outdoors.
That one.
Octave.
Understood what's about to happen.
As a
Yes.
DM in this situation, I would like you to sit in the seat and describe to me what oddity of a nat 1 fate occurs to dear Wiggles and Sprinkles.
We're in the wilderness.
So,
I definitely get stung by something poisonous.
well, no, not necessarily. So you're doing your watch and you rolled a nat 1. Is that what just happened?
Correct.
Yep.
With Sprinkles, I gotta make
Um,
it very clear Sprinkles is present because the thing I love the most is removing Sprinkles on accident. And this is not my fault, yet again, so we'll see if anything occurs.
I mean, my initial thought is to just be mild and they both fall asleep, right? Like, but, a nat 1, huh? I mean, yeah, that's what I would say. And you just fall asleep,
Okay.
and you don't. You
The rest of you guys roll me survival checks. Them who are sleeping. Eric,
I
that would
charmed
include
to
you.
sleep.
What do you want me to roll? Sorry.
no, it's not a
Survival.
charm. It's just like
You're just,
you're just
exhausted.
unattentive.
Yeah. You lull yourself to sleep somehow.
Sprinkles relaxing.
You start staring at Sprinkles and you just fall into a meditative trance, just focusing on Sprinkles and nothing else.
As you
And
slumber,
Sprinkles does the same.
I'm gonna agree with Wiggles knocking out. I'm gonna say Sprinkles gets curious. Sprinkles watches you fall asleep. And it hears something. Sprinkles heads over to the well and peers with him. Looks back at you, Wiggles. Looks back into the well. He hears it again. And then it happens. Straight from the well, something, if anyone was paying attention. Sir Dawn, you hear this. That wakes you up for a brief moment. As you look around, everyone seems to be fine, and the back of Wiggles does not tell you he's asleep.
But I heard something, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I would try to look out and see if I can spot anything.
Nothing. Nothing seems out of place. Nothing seems moved.
Can I do?
Insight
Does let me? I was gonna see if Divine Sense can penetrate through the anything. How does that work with being inside the tiny
The
hut?
bubble, nothing can come in. Nothing can go
But can I
out.
still
You can
sense
sense
things
below you. So
Okay.
theoretically, you could sense a surrounding.
It says spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be
Oh,
cast
that
through.
Through. Can be cast through, then you're fine inside. You just
Cannot
can't.
be
They
cast
Yeah.
can't. They
Got it.
can't
So
extend
you can like poke
through
your
the
head out.
dome.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
poke-
You don't
You
have
can
to
walk
fit. You don't
out
have to do it. You
and-
can go in and out, no problem.
Yeah, you can walk out, do it, and then come
Okay.
back in.
I would
yeah.
probably try. Yeah, I would probably do that then. Is just briefly like take a step outside, do a divine sense, and if nothing, just go
Yes.
back in.
I mean, you know, is not one of these. No, don't sense anything. No celestial, no fiend, no undead.
Okay. Yeah, then fuck it. Go back and continue meditating.
Okay. With that, the rest of you will.
I can't tell that Wiggles fell asleep, can I?
You can give me an insight check.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
He nods his head forward. You're like, oh, he's doing his weird head bobbing again. He's fine.
Yeah. I'll go back to my trance then.
You all wake up with no one waking you guys up. Naturally, one by one, you all slumber awake. I'd imagine Eric is first, Jin is second, Sir Dawn is third, and Wiggles is still asleep. Or tranced out. Like, I don't know. Like, that dude is just something else. He sleeps and he's not even needing to. He's that special. Eric, when you wake up, you imagine that Wiggles just tranced out before he summons Sprinkles because Sprinkles is absent. Does anyone talk to each other?
I think Sirdon would probably make mention of the dragonfly in the night and would kind of let everybody know what he interpreted from it.
Wake me up, or am I still asleep while you do this?
If you're still asleep, I would probably wake you up. I would also probably
Freak
scold
out.
you for being asleep during your watch.
I'm gonna tell you, give me 1 minute. I have to find Sprinkles. And then I'm gonna use my sense to sense Sprinkles.
He is still alive, but he is within the well.
Within the well?
Is he hurt?
If he was, he'd be dead and gone, and you would have woke up sooner.
Do you mention, or does Wiggles tell us he's in the well, or is this just information to him?
Information to him, it's fine.
Definitely tell you guys that Sprinkles fell down the well. And
Okay.
now we need to rescue him.
Oh.
Because it's not like I can resummon him.
I was gonna do this regardless, so I'm gonna go over to this rubble and grab a rock.
Well, you grab the rock, I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Okay.
No, take an apple, it'll hurt less.
If you want me to take an apple, I will. I don't know how far down it is, but we'll find out.
If it squelches, then it's a lethal fall. Realize I'm immune to being charmed, and he definitely charmed me with that succubus, like, several months ago.
I think you have advantage on being charmed against being charmed. I don't think you're immune to it.
Is that because of a aura or something?
It's elf,
Hmm.
but I don't think you're straight up immune. There's not a lot of things that have immunity to.
Yeah, it seems a
Go
little too
sleep.
powerful. If it was.
Okay.
You have advantage against on saves against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's what that's from. So you'd have like advantage
Magical
against
sleep.
like charm person or suggestion or stuff like that, but you could still potentially fail those and still be affected. So
I roll a lot of natural ones for some reason. Rolly said he'll be on soon. He fell asleep.
Oh, nice.
All right. I think Rolly fell back asleep. Anyways. The ancestry. What do you intend?
Now you're just showing us what it does.
He just wants to show off. You're so cool. I'm so
Yeah,
jealous. Too.
basically. And I believe
Exhaustion can knock him out. Watch me.
Wiggles was going to give me an apple.
Yes.
To drop instead.
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't kill Sprinkles with a rock.
Please, come on. Oh, so it's better than apple. You're right. You know what? An apple is way better.
Apple is
Now I'm going
way
to get
softer.
close to the well and peer down. Do I see anything at least 120 feet down since I have dark vision?
Yeah, 1 sec. Give me a perception check. Advantage.
Okay.
Doesn't he have
Okay,
something better
sorry about
than
that.
dark vision?
I have devil sight.
You're good. At least I'm not the only one to fall asleep during a session.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like so ready to play too. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna play D&D. It'll be great." Everyone's like, "It's 8:30." I'm like, "What did I have to do?"
Well, you're back, and basically, they took a long rest. All the Gaurons are safe. Sirdon had a one-on-one with all of his internals, and everyone took a long rest so you could trigger one now.
Okay.
Wiggles was on second watch. He rolled a nat 1. He summoned Sprinkles. Sprinkles realized Wiggles passed out. Sprinkles got curious. There was a weird noise going off. You weren't around because you were sleeping the entire time. You and Smacker were just super exhausted and over everything. And you all woke up, and Sprinkles is gone.
Okay.
Wiggles knows he's in the well. He's not dead for once. Jin is now peeking down with a 15, double sight, 120 plus vision, and he sees. You see a shaft. It's dry. It's not an actual well. It definitely goes into what looks to be a massive kind of cavern and/or mine. There's small kind of flickering lights that you can pick off of just general reflections from the grains of the dirt and the odd mix of sands and other kind of gravel-like mineral below. You do hear like a oozes. Has to be.
I would relay I hear oozes down there in this cavern that there's no water down in the well. It looks like a shaft.
I think I would make my way over, and
Okay.
I would. Let's see. Trying to see if I have any spells that can. Yes.
probably could use X-ray vision and tell us what's down there.
And my other idea was to cast light on the apple and toss it down.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
actually a pretty good idea, honestly.
All right, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna just toss the apple down the well.
All right.
One nat 20 and one shot sprinkles.
As you drop it down the well, it lands. You see immediately in the surrounding areas just this complete kind of grayish like sand that turns into browns, etc., that kind of go with whatever it is the cavern wall is below. You see something, it looks like a shadow, real slow. Moving its way toward this apple. And then covers it. Gone. You still see this darker now shadow against this foreground as it parts from view.
Something ate the
Looks
apple.
like you got a deep ass, dry ass fucking shaft over there.
Should be
I
go
hate it
down.
when I have a dry shaft.
It's cursed. I hate it here.
So nobody told me how deep the shaft was.
75 feet.
75 feet.
I mean, we could technically get
Can
down
I
there pretty
cast
short.
Hunter's Mark on the thing when I see it?
I mean, yeah.
I want to track it, see if it leads me to Sprinkles.
What if it is sprinkles?
What's your vision?
60
It,
feet.
Were you looking down at the same time when Jin did all this?
I see.
I'm naturally curious. Of course I was looking down. I was probably leaning in.
Oh, perfect. Give me an acrobatics saving. Or you know what? Tech saving throw.
Dex saving throw?
mean,
I can do that.
Sirdon's right there, right?
You
that's-
would get +4 to that, so
Judon turns it off just for him. No, I'm just kidding.
One plus four.
fuck you in
So far
particular.
enough away, yeah.
I'm having a day, Toggle.
25.
Okay.
25.
You see Wiggles so worried about Sprinkles that the dude's basically like leaning all the way in and doing like a parkour hold up, but yet this dude has done nothing this impressive otherwise. And then he like leans back to safety. I got one. You tag and bag him. Droop. It's in the cavern still below you. It's not moving anywhere very fast. Imagine the skills of a slug, but large. And you don't know if it brings you directly to Sprinkles because you just feel Sprinkles below. You don't have a direct signature upon him.
Has anybody got any rope?
Rope. Everyone checks their pockets.
I think so.
Is your foundry working?
Scrounge
Rolly?
up.
Rolly?
So what are we? The shaft on the shaft is something fell down there, and we're looking
Sprinkles.
down it, and
Sprinkles went
Okay.
in apparently, and we're
I
He's
trying
not
probably
to
was
dead.
too sleepy. Was I near this thing, or was I like?
You guys are all sleeping against the wall away from it.
Okay. Yeah, I would just say that I probably wasn't near enough the entry of the well to look down it, but if everybody's kind of like huddled over there and they threw something down,
Yeah,
that looked like
basically you
light, I
guys
guess
are
Rolly would-
reenacting Oompa Loompa as each of your heads pop up, and then Eric, Loompa Doo.
Okay, yeah, I'd take a look down.
And then here comes Rolly. I have a question. Boom. Our riddle just for you. Anyways, my kid has been obsessed with like the Oompa Loompa song after we had a
Nice.
session, which he was not in the room for, and then somehow he watched the movie shortly after, and it just became a thing. It's ridiculous. We're in the car. He's like, "Can I hear the
Yeah.
Oompa Loompa song?" Yeah. On repeat.
I
Trust
had
me,
that
guys.
I had that as a VHS tape as a kid, and then I broke the tape. Yeah,
I can feel the addiction, Jesus.
Yeah,
I hear the
it's
whistle.
one of those-
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. It was one of those movies. It's like after like the 50th time, my friends are like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah.
So
This
with
was
that,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yeah, that's I'm a huge fan of that one personally. Yeah, that and Mr. Toad's Wild Adventure.
Also good.
But nonetheless, you guys all understand that down below is probably just slimes. Why they're down there, who knows? But it makes sense. I mean, it's in a cave. This isn't a well. This might have been one. Who knows? You don't know what's in the cave. Maybe it's like a underwater or now a dried out cavern. Who knows, really, honestly? But there's definitely oozes. That is all that has been depicted and seen as you guys kind of look around. Even if you did an investigation check, anything would point to just oozes.
Did this light that we threw down there disappear into the darkness, or is it just sitting down?
No,
at
an
the
ooze
bottom
came
of the
over and
well?
consumed the apple.
I see. Okay.
You guys see anything through this door?
Hey, you guys want to do that again? And I'll take this mage hand and lower it down.
As you look through the door real quick, Jin will Rolly suggest that to the team. Jin, you see immediately long hall, almost as if it was false, because you saw the entire landscape arriving to this tower. It couldn't possibly go that far. Must be some kind of illusion. Whether or not it has any tie-in with the well is unknown.
Okay.
It's like an endless
You
hall,
want to-
at least to your perception. You know, I don't want to say you step in and then boom, 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 the Matrix, but from outside it looks like an endless hall.
Okay. Long haul. Got you. Would you want to do, Rolly? You want to toss another something down?
Yeah, just cast light on whatever, and we'll put it in a mage hand, and we can make that go down 30 feet.
Wiggles, give me another apple.
I give him a slightly squishy apple.
All right.
Squishy apple. It's kind of like fudgy.
Then I'd pass the apple to Rolly.
It drips a little of its guts below as that too is lit up, and you guys see
Yeah,
just
the
little...
mage hand is just like, fingering the apple.
As you see it nice and wet. It just kind of like drools below as it's holding it at 30 feet. There's like a steady drip.
All right, time
slowly
to go down
lighting
the
the fan
shaft.
below.
All right.
You got it. As it does, and it's sitting at 30 feet, the actual exit of the shaft itself is 75. So you do see along it that these oozes, there's probably 2 oozes that are lying dormant along the shaft at this time. You could see them clear as day. They're not hiding. They're not indistinguishable. It's very obvious. There's one on the right. There's one on the left. They're probably about 10 feet from height of each other. They're at the 45-foot marker, I'd say. And they're not actively interested in this light. It's as if it's not on a physical essence, they are not picking it up, if that makes sense, if they're not on a surface.
That's
275.
Don't give the Loch Ness Monster 350.
So what do you guys do?
We can go down the endless
Okay.
hallway or go down the well. Your guys'
Yeah.
choice.
Those
Let me
oozes
know if
look
I have
like
to
fucking
resummon
scary.
sprinkles.
I mean, he's still alive, so
Nobody tell him how the spell works. Eric,
I'll do want the scary.
your wise ideas. What is your thoughts? through all of this.
I mean, my
I could
thoughts
just
are
put
this
the
seems like
thing
a
in
really
there,
dumb
right? The
idea,
tile?
but
Say that again, sir.
I said my thoughts are this is probably a really dumb idea, but I mean, Eric's done a lot more dumb ideas, so I mean,
He's the one that went down into hell by himself. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
The Gaurons go, excuse me, this is G6, your OG. I'm a little confused on what the purpose of the apples and the why do we care about what's below there?
We gotta save Sprinkles.
You didn't have anything with you prior. Is it like a mice, a rat,
What? You've met my baby dragon before?
which has vanished multiple times before my eyes? So, can't you snap your fingers?
He's magical.
He looks at the rest of you.
Yeah, but don't you want to know what's down the dry shaft?
He looks below. Two oozes. They're bad for my weapons. I'd imagine yours too. Yeah. Bad news. But no bears.
Okay.
Oozes.
can we tell what color these oozes are?
Well, the two that are along the shaft that you have the light upon. Anyone curious can give me a Arcana check? It's a beautiful
Okay.
prism. It is not your normal outre or orange or green or blues. It's deep, it's dark, it's almost blood-like in nature.
Rolly would try and pull up whatever this is on the data pad and kind of flicks to the right category kind of right away. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Rolly, it is dragon blood ooze.
Oh.
It has slime breath. Very dangerous.
Any other weird properties that I should know about? Or just like breeze acid or
Its attacks grapple. Upon being grappled, you take damage. Otherwise, it's got, decent, HP. For some reason, Eric didn't care about oozes.
yeah,
He didn't
like
know about it.
clearly the one subject I did not read.
You're like,
double
hello.
double
never
nat
gonna
one
need
on
that.
advantage. Like what the fuck?
you got drunk that day at class.
It's too funny, dude.
Dude,
I was like,
Jonathan.
no arcana on it, but definitely no history on it either.
Never
These things
fucked
have
them.
shitty
Never
fucking
fucked them.
breath. They're
Yeah.
basically like a dragon blood that's rotted.
They are known to attempt to take the form of mini pseudo dragons. They cannot hold the form long, but it is the legacy-ness of the dragon blood itself trying to visualize itself in a form. But otherwise, it is literally just a massive ooze of its natural blood and magical energy alive still, fighting on. So,
Yeah,
intelligence or insight checks for everyone, real quick.
I got rid
With-
of the nat
With
ones.
Rolly dropping that out. Yeah, let's see, Eric. Come on, man. Come on. Man, these sevens, these are really low rolls, guys. Okay, 16, 15 to getting somewhere with flat, no benefits. Okay. Oh, Eric got one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's still a low roll with a plus 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me show
yes,
you the
but
power
it's
of Galra.
recovery. There you go. Okay. Okay. Nice. Wiggles, what did you get? What? I didn't hear that.
15.
Oh,
1 5.
15. Got it. Okay, well, you tied it with Jin if that makes you feel better, and you guys both got
Hey,
the
man.
lowest. Everyone else, say that again.
That's pretty good group insight.
Yeah, I mean, high average. Overall, you guys all pick up. That means if this is a dragon blood ooze, then a dragon bled here, died here. Something of a
Right.
dragon was left here.
Yeah, there could be a necrotic dragon or like maybe a bone dragon or something around. Just, be careful.
All right, history check. Another one at advantage for a whole different subject of species. I'll tell you depending on your roll.
Mount history.
Man, talk about still on the T's with those ones. You gotta get those out, man. With the 22, yes, when he says dragon, you say dragon lynch. But otherwise, you can't imagine what other type of dragon would be creating such essence. Not that dragon lynches do it often, but that's the only thing that usually lives on.
So are they worshipping Sprinkles, or should I just resummon him and get the hell out of here? Anybody?
You can always
Thanks.
do the ritual cast to get him back.
I think
It just takes a lot of time.
should just eat some ooze. Maybe that's where his sunstone is at.
Don't tempt him. He'll do anything for that.
I
mean,
would
there's a
do
dragon down
anything
there.
for a sunstone.
Well, it might be in the ooze. Eat it. Sprinkles, eat it. Sprinkles, eat it.
Yeah, it's highly caustic.
Is it Sprinkles like a caustic dragon?
Normally.
Normally, not today. So, what do you guys do? Well, Endless Hall, Dragon Lynch, Dragon Ooze, Dragon Well.
Can we go look down the hall?
You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you no.
Okay.
Not until you
That's
do
the
it.
roll.
My
gonna do.
vote
Rolly's gonna
is
go-
the hall.
When you say you look down the hall, are you looking down the hall from the outside looking in as Jin had previously done, or are you stepping into the hall?
I
Like
mean,
a
we could do the
trap.
same trick with like a mage hand and just kind of let that go through with the light on it, so you
I'm
can
gonna do something too.
It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes.
That's a good idea.
Jin, this whole fucking thing is magical. This whole tower is just boom, boom,
Do I know what magic?
boom.
Yeah.
Illusion.
Damn.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
there's illusion magic afoot.
Oh, wonderful. It's always good when that happens.
Rolly just kind of like roll his eyes a little bit.
Hey,
You
Rolly,
guys-
can't
Do you bring the
your
mage hand
magic...
back at all, Rolly, by chance, or do you just send it as far as it can go until it vaps?
I'll have it hold maybe like at 29 feet or something like that instead of 30, so it doesn't disappear.
I'll say because it's a spell in which there's like a tether to, you can tell when weight of it in a sense of a scale changes, and something joins in. It's probably like no more than an ounce, if that. Something
Okay.
very small gets onto the hand.
So I can tell that the hand got heavier,
Correct.
but I can't tell
By-
why.
Yeah.
just like a
Well, you can't see
fraction.
because it's super far. It's farther away from you.
Okay.
And then whatever it is, it's small.
Hey, Jin, something like got on the hands. It's pretty small. It might be like a bug, or maybe the gravity's different in there. I don't know, but there's something on that hand.
Jin's gonna hold Eldritch Blast just in case.
You can have it.
I guess we have like a thing that's emitting light in there now, right? Can we see
The
anything,
hand
or
itself.
can we?
Yeah, you can't see it. The hand is so bright that whatever's on the hand is also hidden in that brightness.
Sure. But can we see beyond it? Like, can we
Oh
see
yeah. It's just a
anything?
hallway.
Just a hallway. Okay.
If there were shadows, it's so bright that this shit is just flawless. If there were, like left and right, you couldn't tell from here.
Yeah.
Hey, Rolly,
I will
can't your
cast
magic
message.
see through illusions?
If I do true seeing, I might be able to do it, but I already did that today, so.
No,
I
we
could
just
do
took
it.
a
No,
long
you
rest.
long rested. So
Oh
you'd
yeah,
still have
right.
it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast True Seeing. Fuck this.
As you cast True Seeing, you see an entire blueprint of what is a labyrinth before you. The way out is jumbled between layer by layer by layer by layer that you see into the ethereal. But this tower is not present in the proper timeline that you stand, but is brought to you by a parallel from another location that, unfortunately, has been realigned like a lunar eclipse. The shadow of this labyrinth from a parallel beyond here is currently dominant in your time.
Hey, Rolly, can you look through the ground and tell me if Sprinkles is okay?
It's a shadow dimension. That's what's in that hallway.
What's the shadow dimension?
It's like a flipped version of some reality. Really
God.
powerful fucking illusion magic. Not fun stuff.
Sounds like a hard pass.
Like the Dragon Lynch?
Yeah, the slimes don't sound too bad.
Don't worry, Sprinkles, we're coming.
Do I see anything further down the well? I'll make it back over that way since I have
Okay.
True Seeing up now. See if I can peer down any further. We kind of take the mage hand out of the. Well, I guess it is heavier, right? Sure. I will tell Jin through message.
Hey, Jin, step back with me. I'm gonna pull the hand out. Just shoot it if it does anything.
So I'd slowly kind of pull the mage hand back out towards the threshold of the doorway.
As it does, you all hear. It took you all long enough. I was trying to tell you all where to go if you came in. You just follow me. Time my lap. Conversation. Go that way and not that way. And you'll make it just fine.
Jin, it's doing something.
You see a bright light on the hand still. You see your hand talking, but you can't see what it is.
Shoot it.
You shoot it. Go ahead. Shoot the glowing hand. Just go ahead and target anything and roll.
What can I target? I don't know if I
You
can.
can target your players, your teammates, obviously. When in doubt, target Gaurons.
Target myself, I guess.
Easy.
Nice.
Ow! You could have just told me you didn't want instructions. I thought you sent the hand to get me. I was on my way to you. Just drop me back inside and I'll be on my way.
The hell are you?
Oh, you can't see me. I'm a worm.
Who has light on it? Who cast the light on it?
I think it was Rolly, right?
I don't have light.
Oh,
You
well, then I
cast
cast
the light, yeah.
You can decast it.
Okay. I'll decast it.
Can you?
Yeah,
Is that
you
how
can.
that
You can
works?
drop
I
any
don't-
spell you wish.
I thought light just lasts for a certain amount of time, though.
10 feet.
I think if he pushed it and he wanted to go and touch 4 more things, it would force
You
that one
can
off.
dismiss it as
Okay.
an action.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. You can dismiss
Okay.
it, yeah.
All right.
As an
There we
action.
go. We have
You guys
confirmed
see
the
a
ruling. All right,
small
so the light doesn't.
little hairy worm with eyeballs on it and a little scarf, and it's just like,
God.
Oh, you can see me now, huh?
What's your name, little guy?
Oh.
Is this thing real?
it's a little worm. It is actually not magical by Detect Magic. It is the most organic thing detected so far in this area.
It's real.
Is it a shapeshifter?
That's a good question.
It is a tiny little worm. You're looking at it with true sight. It is a tiny little worm across the ethereal.
I had to try.
I've never been asked my name. I met so many of you, and some sit down. Some say they'll time me when I do laps. Some said that they'll accompany me and just vanish. No one just does what they say. I don't know my name.
Why do you want to help us?
Mm. Well, I know that it's really tough, and I know the way, so it's always that way. It just is like a shrug, and its shrug is like it's very like you have no clue what direction it's just saying. It's just that way.
Can I determine if this thing is somewhat telling the truth in any way?
Sure.
Or is it just like
I assist with
come
him on
fuck
doing
with
that.
us?
Yeah, and say at advantage or individually, your choice.
Okay.
Jen, do you
I'll
want to help
have,
him or do you want to do it yourself?
I mean, I'll help him.
Okay,
I mean,
advantage on
I
rolling.
think the person who would be questioning this the most would be Gowron. Like he is.
Okay, then you can choose the four late, push it together on
Yeah.
advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can choose any character. All right. Let's do Gowron because that's a 22.
It seems very honest. It's old. It's ancient. It gives no magic though. It's kind of like you as you guys look at it, you could see that it just is. It's one of those odd kind of unaffected things by anything. It's just like an existing worm. One of the most harmless things, but one of the one things that have seen it all. Eric, history check. At advantage.
Strange thing.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. What a recovery from those ones. Jeez. This guy's over here cheating the system. Let me see if you put any
Hacks.
code or something. Yeah, hold up. Let's see. He's over here putting hexadecimal
If
shit
dice
too.
roll 20.
Yeah. Package loaded. Package deployed.
He's just
You
changing
have
the
hexadecimal, dude.
HTML on your browser window.
We used to
What's
put
up, Eric?
hexadecimal messages on people's calculators in nuke school. We just put it in decimal, and then they would, like, you'd have a number sitting in your calculator, and you're like, oh shoot, is this someone messing with me? So you'd switch it to hexadecimal. Yep, they were messing with you.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? You know, like just some bullshit sometimes. You never there's so many ways. Anyways, Eric with the double nat 20s over here. You know this is a lore worm.
I want to pick it up and take it with me.
Lore worm?
Yes, it is one of the creatures that defy all existences. They are found loose, floating around in the battlefield. Sometimes they fall into a plane by accident. Sometimes they accompany ships and travel. Sometimes they just exist upon a creation of a plane. They just do. And where they do forever. This thing was born and created either here at this tower or inside that hallway or inside this maze that it speaks of. And it has been the watcher for all eternity and has seen any and all come. It would know who and all has, never and all who has, with success and failure, and could tell you any and all things, but it does not speak in those ways. All of its communications are this way, that way, or honest, very clear, but very blanket statements, where it could mean both, all, or none.
What happens if a lore worm's taken from a location?
It'll learn, and it's kind of like a nowadays AI. It just absorbs wherever it is brought to a new, but it will never forget anything it's ever been through. It will remember how long, how many steps, how much the distance is down to the millimeter of anything. It is one of
like
ancient
my
creatures.
best buddy.
Sounds like my best buddy.
Bread and apple.
They're all gonna start fighting over it now.
You got enough friends.
I mean, I will fight Jin for it.
Polymorphy.
I will banish you.
Polymorph the
I will
worm into like a
wish
girafffe.
disintegrate.
So does anyone do anything with the lore worm is on the mage hand?
Did you disintegrate me to death? Like, let's see, what's disintegrates damage?
I don't fucking know, to be honest.
I don't think so. You'd have to wound him severely before you got to that level of ability, I think.
Disintegrate. 10d6 plus 40. Ah, you could. No, 60, that's 100. Yeah, no, you couldn't do it. Sorry, bud. Banishment definitely works. What plane are you
Fruit and
from?
apple.
You feed it an apple?
I'm sure go pick it up.
Fruit and apple and ask it if it wants to come with us.
No one's ever asked me that before either. This is all so new to me. I've just existed all this time, knowing I'd always.
Now you can be my friend. I love trying to make friends with everything.
All my friends always disappear.
I have that problem too, but that's okay. I come back.
How long do I have to wait?
What? You can come with us right now. I think we're about to go down this well.
But when you leave, how long till you come back?
How long was I gone?
That's a great question. I'd say what it probably was like a couple months easily. I'd
At
say half a
least.
year at the very least. Minimal
Yeah,
8 to 10
Because we
months.
had to fit. Well, an easy way to do it is to look at the time it took to finish the mage circle, right? The teleportation
Well, there
circle. It
was
takes a
there were a
year.
couple funky things that were occurring though that favored in your guys' help that was happening in other
see.
campaigns at the time. There was a lot of activity. So
Okay.
it's like it's weird because all of the campaigns are actually in Lesperia right now. But everyone was at the Hollow previously. It's like everyone keeps following each other accidentally, and I have not given anyone any reason, but they've just been doing it somehow. So everyone is right now like around Clasp and stuff. Fudgehouse Farms is right outside Clasps. You guys are in the Orc domain just north of them. Like it's kind of wild right now. So
We should have a
there's
meetup
definitely gonna be
session,
some
like a
cross-
big ass fucking day where we all
Yeah.
come and smash all the campaigns together.
Yeah,
See what
there's something
happens.
coming,
We
but
could
we're.
we could do PvP session. Like have
I'm
all
working
the
on
different.
logistics.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool.
There's some
Have all the
interesting
different
things.
parties fight each other.
To be fair, there is a rumor
I'll
out
be
there
back.
that there is a group from the Hollow that are currently murdering a bunch of shit and blowing places up. So there is some tie-in with what's happening in the news of the world. But otherwise, you guys are not known by name, at least present here in the continent. But here,
Don't worry, we
with
will
this
be.
Warworm, does someone
We are
actually
the
take him?
champions of the sand.
picking
Well,
up the
I'm
lore,
not,
yeah.
but we are.
Some are, yeah.
By association.
Yeah.
You are a member of the club of the champions of the sand.
They had to fight again, then he would then be a member of the team. So, by official rules, he is on the champion squad. So
Yeah,
the
Gowron was
lore
there,
worm,
too.
is he just he was is he just chilling there? Is anyone touching him, or is he going back in?
Put it on my shoulder.
All right, you take him. Okay, so Jin makes the decision. Jin grabs him. He
He is
is
the closest.
soft. He is squishy. He is like a plushie, and he's like,
This is nice.
Eric will
Oh,
walk behind Jin and put his hand out to see if he comes to me.
it, like you as you look at it, Eric, you see its eyes fluttering like crazy, like as it's scooting across and scuttling along Jin toward you with excitement. It's like
he's so experienced.
and then it reaches out to touch you. Give me an insight check real quick, Eric.
Sounds like somebody's getting eaten by a demon today.
It just downloaded all of Jin's history.
Yeah, let's
being a
just
lore worm.
yeah.
Are you willing to give
No,
your entire
you let
history
it
to this creature?
touch it and it eats your brain.
Bam,
It
it's
got it-
another
it got it-
It's like
it got
typing
it-
your entire life
got it
history
that
into
quickly?
an AI.
It's a lore worm. This thing's been around forever. It's capable. It's comprehensive, but it is just.
I'll tell it as long as it keeps my history a secret.
It kind of stops for a second, and you see like it's multiple little worm. Like this thing is like has like it has the on a worm how it has like the rings, And you see like the rings kind of like shrivel around the fourth band, like that's like where its hands would be if it had any, and it's just like, "Woo." And then it worms forward closer, and it's like, agreed. And as it makes across, you don't feel anything at all.
I would tell
But
it that
you
it needs to tell
see
me
this
his secrets, but I'm
creature
gonna kill it.
just looking at it, just
I hear you. He's rich. And it's like, that's how they're made. Oh.
it's like just learning all this shit that it's been curious about from all the things that it's seen and all the things that you know. And yeah,
I was gonna say that'd probably be like overwhelming for it, right?
I mean, this thing's seen a lot of things. It's more or less you're actually solving
Oh,
more than anything. It's answering a hell of a lot of questions. It's seen a lot of shit. A
but
lot
I'm
of things that
saying like I know it
visited.
has,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's overwhelming, completing all its knowledge.
It's a satisfied overwhelmingness. Like it's still going through as it's resting on your shoulder. It's digesting it, we'll say. It's kind of like indexing and really kind of organizing it to make sure that it's not something that it has to difficulty reaching in the future. As Gowron gives guidance to Rolly. Rolly, you I got you. What are you gonna do, Rolly? So you're done. They're fucking with something that is.
Yeah, what's Cyrano doing?
Shidon, give me a nature check at advantage.
He is of the ancients, right? It must be nature. He must be good at that. Paladins are known for their intelligence scores.
Okay. These
That nat one.
That's not the worst.
these were always assumed to be fey in nature, but it's been debunked many, many times. Though still some believe it because of their everlasting life that some of only the Sealy Court have. Though the origins have never been found by even those who have lived the longest and those who still live today. There are specialists in the Fae, because some wish to have the knowledge and be able to contain such abilities without going mad. These are the only species ever to exist, ever to come across, that have never lost their minds to anything they have read.
Sirdon would probably just say, "Don't fuck with that thing. It'll make you crazy."
I've
Brainwaves.
never been around anyone long enough to make them crazy. They've just left me, leaving me mad and sad. Depressed most of all. And I still don't know how long it takes me to get all the way through the labyrinth and back. All those who said they'd
Wait.
tie me were gone before I returned.
Shut up.
Well,
Okay,
except
so,
one.
Shut up. Sirdon, how dangerous is this thing?
Pretty dangerous.
Do I think it's dangerous from my history?
You don't think so, but the Fae look at things differently. If the Fae can't
Yeah.
explain it within their understanding
Yeah,
and
but
judgment, because they think they're OG, Fae believe they are the first to be of chaos
I'm
creation.
a Fae creature
Yes,
too,
but
though.
that's my thing is like you're a Fae that's a time knight. You have a privilege of different education. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You have the
But-
knowledge of Fae and future education. He has the
Yeah.
Fae knowledge and his cousins
Yeah,
who are
okay.
OG Fae. So they're like, low G riders rolling up like, yo, Sirdon, this thing is like, if it touches us, we're fucked. Like, like it'll become the king of the Fae land, that kind of deal.
Yeah,
and
they
knows
just
the
got
launch,
their
knows
own.
the nuclear launch codes.
They're kind of
immediately.
racist, huh? Yeah, got it.
Yeah, they are. The Sealy Court, all that. They are very, family oriented, judgmental, high nosed, that kind of thing. They kind of do the whole thumb judge vibe.
Well, I will protect this worm from Sirdon at all costs.
Sirdon does not feel threatened by it as long as it does not come to Sirdon. He just knows that these things are they're indestructible for whatever reason.
You can't kill it.
Okay,
But it can't be that dangerous.
They're horrifying.
I'm just like as ugly as you.
I think we use this thing to get out of here and then leave it here. I think he's supposed to stay here.
I warn you, someone tried to fish with me. It did not end well.
That's a good idea.
To fish
actually.
with you? Is that how you ended up in the well?
They look
He
at
was
you
in the
confused.
hallway.
I was in the hallway.
Yeah, they were in the hallway.
Is that how you ended up in the hallway? Someone toss you?
A note was left
Tell-
behind. And the
What
note
was on the
kept
note?
writing, and kept writing, and kept writing, and kept writing. Until so many letters were piled upon each other. I was born. And now I keep all the notes in my mind.
Rodon, you seem pretty interested in this thing to be so afraid of it. You sure you don't want to touch it?
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I've
Touch
never
it.
met
Does it
anyone
learn
interested in
anything?
keeping me.
to me.
Very few have ever learned what I am. What am I? What is my name? It does not know it is a lower worm. It does not know anything about itself. It is just in existence.
I'll let it know it's a lower one and that it's a wonderment.
Ah. So there are more?
The answer is yes, yes.
Could we read each other? No one has ever adopted a lower worm before.
God, I want to adopt it.
New adventure has unlocked. Lower worm meeting. Find another lower worm.
I don't want to pay for that DLC. Sorry.
I'm just gonna find a ditto.
There you go.
That one I would pay for.
That's that Game Shark cheat code, you know? Plug that bad boy in. Here comes the cartridge.
Oh, yeah.
Hexadecimal.
Yeah, there you go. Hexadecimal. Here we go again. You know?
Put the disc in and flip the other one out. And,
Good times. Man, was that the days back then. You were like the cool kid. If you could
Alright,
cheat the
game
system,
genie.
you were the legit
Oh,
gamer.
I had the thing that could reflash the firmware of my
Yep,
PS1 to the
mhm.
Japanese firmware. Yeah, that was sick.
I had every version of Mega Man. Man, I can't believe Mega Man did not like.
I had
beat-
all the
I mean, it's
Dragon
still
Ball
around,
Z
but I
like
feel like that should
Japanese
have been
only
bigger how
fighting
big it was
games.
then.
It was pretty bad.
I still think the best PlayStation 1 game never to be released in the Americas is oh my god, I just forgot the name of it. Holy shit.
If you want a good PS1 game,
Like
totally
Australian.
off topic.
It's just all brutal, but go on.
It's a Gundam Battle Assault 2. It's like a
Ooh.
fighter, but it has all the different Gundams from all the
What?
different shows, and you can fight them against each other and stuff. Oh, so
I think mine was called Thrill Kill. It had like up to 8 player, just third person Mortal Kombat vibes.
they have an
and you were in,
8-player
like,
cap at one of
an
the
insane
arcades
asylum.
here. That's crazy.
But that was the OG. Anyways, so
Yes, back on topic.
you guys got a lore worm. You tell him he's a lore worm. He's like, wow, that like makes sense. There's an existence of us. Every script, every spell had to have been witnessed by us at some point. We're like what you call the star. But hidden. No. Sky.
I'm gonna cast a message to Jin, and basically whisper,
There are some fucking archmages that would pay buku bucks for this thing.
Do you respond, Jin?
Yeah, I'd say I'm down to sell it and find out whatever knowledge it has.
I'm more interested in just selling it.
okay. So have we made the decision to go down the well? Is that what we're doing, or?
Slab or well, your choice.
All right. Well, I guess I'll ask as a group question.
Are we going down this
Yes,
fucking
I'm
well?
gonna go pee.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some ice and a little bit of water. I'll be right back.
So the census is we adopted this thing.
Temporarily.
And we're going after Sprinkles.
That's the question. Do we want to go down the well or down the hallway?
The hallway sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, Eric's never seen a Minotaur, and he thinks Minotaurs are in labyrinth.
There's a Minotaur?
What happened to Mini Minotaur?
I was just joking. Like I said, like labyrinths, and I'm sure Eric's read about Minotaurs and labyrinths. So.
You had that Mini Minotaur for like a whole month.
I don't remember having a
Yeah, I'm
Minotaur.
Yeah, we did.
Killed a mini
In the
Minotaur.
basement
He-
of
yeah,
the
he
SOS
was-
storage
He
facility.
was on my
shit.
shoulder.
He's like a guest character.
He out damaged Eric with a throw.
I mean,
Yeah, they had like a
he did-
wrestling match.
I wouldn't say he out damaged Eric because
Eric did less damage?
Eric did less damage, but he almost killed him.
Not by a lot.
He just out threw me. He did not out damage. He almost died. Eric didn't come close to dying.
I'm gonna mock one of the how far down are the oozes? The first one that I could see.
5.
So what did I miss and not interrupt?
How far down are the oozes?
40. Sorry.
The first one.
45 feet for the first set of 2, but they are 10 feet apart from each other, so the other one's 55 feet. And then the bottom of the tunnel is 75 feet.
Stupid fucking ooze.
He's gonna mock one of those.
Oh,
I want to see if it takes psychic damage or not. Let's see how smart
Okay.
it is. Wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom.
Yep.
Let me check something real quick. Nope. Okay.
Let the worm watch as this is happening.
You're gonna what watch? Oh wow.
Let
Fail.
let the worm watch as this is happening, so I can pick up some more.
You got it. You let the worm watch. Okay. A 21 fails. What's your save?
Yes. 22.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I guess I didn't hack well enough.
We do 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, and then it has disadvantage on its next attack roll if it makes one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see what it does if it reacts in any way. I'd try and be more using this as like a test of, not trying to kill it or, like see if it becomes hostile or if it's like a basal creature that just reacts to pain or if it's like smart, and would do something.
Your SOS tablet. Sorry, I was checking the rest of my view. Your SOS tablet goes. Dragon ooze. It is not immune to psychic damage. However, it has an intelligence of known rating on a scale of 20 on the SOS metrics of intel of a 2.
Yeah, it's a low power level. The scouter says.
Not over 9,000.
So if it were to get a hold of a subject and hold it in a blind state, it can do continuously heavy damage. It is most lethal if unable to escape its grasp.
So don't get caught by it. Got it.
Sounds like the well is a bad place to be.
I mean, it's that
Like
or
the
alternate
well is
dimension
Eric
of
goes
wherever this worm
first.
came from.
The labyrinth sounds way more appealing now.
Yeah, I guess if we have the worm and it could lead us through it. Well,
Ask the worm, like, what's down the well, if it knows anything.
Yeah, it will
I've
know.
never seen that abyss before. But those are dragon oozes. I have seen those down there.
Magical
And it looks
items
down the
in
hall.
these.
The dragons are in the labyrinth too.
Well, you have to understand. A lot of powerful people went through there and most likely died along the way.
My vote's on the labyrinth. I want some magic items.
Can we avoid
Dragon
the oozes?
horde.
You know how to avoid the oozes, my little friend.
You just said he's never been down the well.
Oh, the labyrinth. He said the labyrinth, right?
There's
He
oozes
said
in
he
the
saw.
labyrinth too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alex said, right?
Yep,
he
correct.
said it.
Correct.
Yeah, they're in the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
I could absolutely take you the best direct route through. I wish I could tell you how far it was. No one's ever timed me. But
How many?
things wonder. We can
oozes
avoid 87 possible disastrous events from things that I've counted and witnessed before. Along my route, you should only cross at least 17 possible difficult or trivial things that may potentially give you an issue or heart attack. At least that's what I've seen
difficult
before.
or trivial, and then it goes straight to heart attack. Great.
What's your
I-
success rate of people passing in the labyrinth?
No one's ever gone with me. I just pass people who went through months and still are alive. And then I say, hi, go this way, not that way. And they go the wrong way. They shouldn't have gone that way.
I have a question for it because since it doesn't know the time,
Uh-huh.
I want to know how many body lengths it took to get in and out of the labyrinth.
Can you specify the type of race?
Your body length.
Oh.
You
My
should know
single body
exactly,
length
right?
takes 2 squibbles to get through. So if you count 2 squibbles times my body length times the amount of squibbles per length of this labyrinth, that would come to 1.7 billion squibbles. Estimated. Accurate number still crunching. This thing's tiny though. It is like it's like
How many body lengths of the big guy you're standing on?
oh man. It's like from if it was fully stretched out from toe to tip of Carrot Top's hair. I'm literally imagining this. Hold up. Somewhere around 63 of them.
That's not that bad. Let's do it.
It says
So
63 of me to get from start to finish of the labyrinth.
No. 63 of you is like how many lengths of this worm is to you in measurement.
No, I know. We're trying to figure out how long this.
No. So if I had to break that down further, I'm doing the math. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah,
hold
is
on.
it like an hour to walk through this labyrinth, or is it like a day, or is it a month? You know, like we're just trying to like figure out.
It would
how
take
to
Said
scale
people-
it.
26 hours.
Okay,
That's
so
not
that's pretty
bad.
far.
That's not really bad.
It's a couple miles if you're.
It does not understand it that way. So you can't just be like,
30
oh,
miles.
you guys are literally teaching it how to figure out its own time, but you're not telling it you are teaching it time. So I'm just making it very clear that it has not learned the concept of time. It is just giving you the information for you guys to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I'll explain how we're using this to figure it out. Maybe it's.
I'm gonna be real honest. You want to teach something that has infinite lifespan to understand time?
No, I get it. I'm just
Okay.
teaching it our concept of time.
Gotcha. Oh,
Time
so
is
then
space and mass is energy.
it would take you 26 hours if you were able to walk directly through without any of the 17 challenges you might face. Because mind you, this thing has never had to be
Had to
stopped.
face any of the challenges.
Exactly.
I mean, realistically, it's either this or we go fight some fucking dragons
Blood oozes.
in a well.
Yeah, I think we've got enough
but
widely
dragons
sort of
hoard
things to
good
go
stuff.
through a labyrinth. Then again, the last labyrinth we went through, I died immediately going into the first room. So.
We were actually joking about that.
I mean, you
So
got
it's
a
funny that you
clone,
bring it
so
up.
Yeah, he's only somewhat useful, but I also have magic items now that I didn't have back then, and I'm much more powerful. So
So I have another question for this worm. Can it cast spells? Does it have magic?
One sec, hold on. I'm chewing one of my accidental 20 Jack in the Box taco order. Hold on.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that accident.
I know. I was so excited that it was funny because I just taught them.
So
About
you thought you ordered 10 tacos, but you ordered 10
No.
pack.
I only wanted 6, but they somehow fucked it up, so I'm okay with
Nice.
it. But I told them
only-
that I always ordered 20 when I was younger. I would just go, at 10 p.m. and just be like, yo, give me 20 when I was high and drunk as fuck and just sit at the table by myself and just eat them. And they lost the post-it note. They were ordering food for all of us at work. And they lost the sticky note that we gave them with all of our orders, and they panicked. And I guess they somehow blurbed the wrong number. And when they read the order back to them, they were too embarrassed to correct them, so they just accepted it. And 40 minutes later, they come back with like 5 bags of food. And we're just like, whoa. And I got 20 tacos. So that was like, well, awesome, so I'm just mulling my way through slowly every hour, taking a couple down.
There wouldn't be nothing slow about me eating 22 Jack in the Box tacos. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm trying to be good though. Like we're older now, I'm not 22,
The metabolism
Nonetheless.
just ain't there anymore.
Right?
yeah, I
I mean,
eat like once a day now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I eat once a day too, but I eat 1 calorie-rich meal a day.
Yeah, well, I'm fat
That's
ass.
basically what I do. Yeah, find the cheapest diner or whatever. Yeah.
Nonetheless, well, your question to this worm was, can it cast spells?
Yeah.
It goes,
well, if I told you I couldn't, but could write them, you wouldn't force me to?
Say it again, like with less of its voice.
if I couldn't, but I could write them, would you not force me to?
Like I would not force it to write spells.
Like, yeah, it cannot cast them, but it could write them.
Yeah,
But would you not force it to write them?
I would never force you to write them. I will be honest. I wouldn't force it to write them.
I might force you.
Phew. Because I've definitely seen the wish spell 17 times. I can write it like I see it in the mirror of my own face.
Okay, Rolly's eyes would be like the big anime, like sparkling.
So this is why I said
this?
I was like, I never would make it write a spell
I
because
will 100% make the right spells.
it writing the spells does nothing for me. So.
Does everything for me.
This thing is
like if I get a scroll of wish, like the game's over. I break the game.
Yeah, like
if I get
the
to
thing
a high
is-
enough level and I have that scroll, like it's over.
Yeah, like I mean, it likes to talk in riddles. I'm talking in riddles because I know probably everybody else in this party would fucking write it.
So
Teach
Yeah.
spells to our wizards.
I don't know if I'm a good teacher. No one stuck around longer than,
again, it has no concept of time, so things just disappear on it at some point. Like it has traveled with some of these adventures through the labyrinth, and when they die, they die. Like it doesn't know, like, oh, that lasted 5 days. Like it's just like, well, you got farther than the last one, but some don't even go in. Like some are too afraid or just don't even deal with it. They're just like, fuck it, I'll just rot here. Like so. It's seen all kinds of ins
You
and
know,
outs.
Eric's not afraid. Eric went straight into hell with no problem.
We say
Go
that.
then. I'm sitting here talking for nothing.
Labyrinth. I vote Labyrinth.
I'm already standing by the door
Do we get a
waiting.
reaction from the dragon pseudopod ooze? Did it do anything?
No, it has intelligence too. That was my trying to like tell you that like it's
Oh.
stupid. It's more of a like a trigger of something's here than I see something.
It's like very, very basal, like it's
Yes.
slime like response, like a plant
Yeah.
the most. All right.
Yeah, it's very strong because it is of dragon blood, but it is still just as stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Sirdon would walk over next to Jin and just kind of wait.
Okay.
It goes, can I tell you all a warning that I try to do for everyone that goes with me?
Yes.
Just listen.
Listen. To you or to everything?
Oh, that's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that before.
I'm gonna be honest, no one's ever asked these questions before. It's gonna roll. I'll be real honest with you guys. People who have met these kind of worms are just like, nah, nope, fuck this, I'm out. Like they
Nope,
just
kill
don't
it,
even
yo.
they don't even want to
Immediately.
deal. Yeah. They've done some things and they're like, if that ain't working, I don't want to be here. Hmm.
I don't know how to respond, but I'll tell you if you help me understand.
Tell me what you think.
Can you rephrase that again?
Should I listen to your directions only, or should I listen to everything that's coming from me, like surroundings, like ambient sounds?
Inside is not a disguise. Listen to everything, because what you see is not what I tell you is there, but what you find.
It's not disguised, but I see.
So
It's not.
what you will find is not a labyrinth, but something disguised as beyond. It is a labyrinth at the end of the day, but it will be disguised as all kinds of other things. Like you might be give me an intelligence check. Let's see if you can understand its riddle.
Well,
Say it again. Oof.
I do not.
Nope, but you can tell
All
someone
of
else if you
us?
wish to.
If we're all
Would you
over
share? I mean,
here,
you guys all hear it. Yeah, I guess you
There
guys
you
would
go.
all. Yeah, to be fair. So yeah, sure. Everyone, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Ooh, I saw a good one.
With the +0?
Man, with a flatty nothing. Nice. Sorry, hold on.
Only fair that we're watching.
Oh, Rolly, you never roll really bad. Have luck almost always on your side. Yeah,
I mean, I could use luck on it if I wanted to.
that's why I said you always have luck on your side. Wink,
It's
wink.
not. It's a check. It's a check. I could add a D10 to it as well if I wanted to. So, you know what? I'll do that. That might be fun. Maybe I'll roll high. I have a whole fuck ton of those now. I have the peerless skill, so I was ready to before he knows the result of the roll to
Okay.
roll and add an 8. All right, I'll take it.
Okay. I gotta refresh because it's not taking my upload, but one sec. With the net 20, you understand that what it's trying to tell you is it's a labyrinth, but you are going through phases, like scenes. You might walk into a zone that seems to have no exit, but has to be discovered. It might not be a basement. It might not be a bedroom door. It might be a floor creak that's loose. It might be the dog running past an invisible portal. It could be anything. You understand, Jen, that, or it was Jen, right? That rolled in at 20.
Yeah, I
Flatty.
rolled it at 20.
You understand that what you are about to face is more of a powerful enough illusion that it exists. It's just misplaced. So it's more like a deja vu to those who have seen, experienced, or maybe been a part of something like that before. But to those who have never, been in this scene or been in this setting or et cetera, on what's before you, would really have no attachment to it. The way through the labyrinth is your relationship to what you face, if I can make it any clearer.
Okay.
So, based off your histories, your backgrounds, and your experience so far through this campaign, you weigh individually, each of you, how you may or may not actually sway with the challenges you may face moving forward. Capiche?
So 2 of us have been to hell. Do we really want to have these illusions?
You clearly
I
not
want the
asking
magic
me.
inside.
Man, it sounds like there's a bunch of knowledge inside too. So.
Hell yeah. And I'm
Hey,
all about
Worm,
knowledge.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What, you said you kind of been through this way before, right? Is there any way I could make it a lot faster if we could go through maybe let's say a 20-foot deep wall? Like a point maybe where the wall's thin and you could jump over and it would take less time? Anything like that in there?
I could try to draw a picture of the exit.
What Rolly's trying to determine is I have the ability to use the Lyre of Building to cast Pass Wall, which makes a 5 foot wide, 8 foot tall, and 20 feet deep passage. So I'm trying to see if there's maybe like a point he's going to lead us to, like jump through a wall in the maze, basically.
To cut the distance all the way down to 20 feet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cut the distance down, maybe even more than 20 feet, but like go from one cavern to the next or one passageway,
So,
one hallway to the next.
Is it a spell?
Yeah, it's a spell.
Pop it in the chat. I need to read it to get a better grasp on the idea.
Okay.
So all I'm understanding to it is that you can hide inside a pocket and then pop out in the same spot.
No, it's a pass wall. So it's a very old D&D spell that basically creates a passageway through a wall that you can walk through. So it makes a door where there isn't one, or like a tunnel where there isn't one.
But the range is then restricted to only 30 feet. Or 20
Right.
feet,
Yeah.
technically, yeah.
20 feet, yeah. So I'm looking to see if there's any section of wall that's like 20 feet that maybe could jump us closer to the exit. And that's the way Rolly would want to go. Like that would be Rolly's plan.
Can we convert 20 feet to squiggly wigglies or whatever the heck it
Yeah, yeah. As you guys do,
Yeah, you can.
yeah. You convert it to their understanding, and they go,
Well, I could tell you when you can if you really think it's worth avoiding something.
Like basically, they're saying when you approach a challenge that could be avoided using such
I
skill,
see. He'll
they'll let you
us
know, and you can decide whether or not it's worth doing. Otherwise, like there's many, there's many periods where it could benefit you, but they're not going to be like use it now, and then when it really matters, you're not going to have it. So it's it's so knowledgeable that it's not going to lead you into failure. It's always it personally has always wanted success. If anyone had asked its history, it would tell you that it most recently had been promised that someone would keep its time 3 times by the most previous people who had visited it, and it had did a lap around one of them that literally stayed and pouted and could not pass the save to leave. And then it came back around and met him again, and no one asked how much time had passed, so they don't know to this day. But that guy was like, "What? Yeah, I'll go with you." And then he actually passed it literally like within 12 seconds right after actually going on the stroll, and then ditched his ass. And then his friend, literally in the same party, popped in maybe within a week of that real time, but the worm doesn't understand that. And then it too said, "Hey, I'll time you," and it vanished within another 6 or so seconds then after promising to time it. So it came back to no one being present yet again, and many others before and in between. But nonetheless, for your understandings of its abandonment recent, it understands promises not to be kept, but it will keep its promises because it understands capabilities of those in which it visited. So pass wallets.
Galron's gonna start. He puts 2 fingers up and just starts chanting. And he's gonna cast the spell. There's gonna be this like white shimmering sort of aura that casts over all the creatures within 30 feet that I want to do this to. And he's gonna cast the spell Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
Oh, it says up to 1 minute. Oh, I thought this lasted for like a day. Never mind. I'll just get that ready. Never mind. I thought it lasted
you'll hold
for
it
an
for
hour or
the prime.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Easy
like he
enough.
has that ready to cast. Yeah.
Rage Gowron just goes, "I hope you all understand that at no point do I decide to entrust this decision, but I will no longer voice my opinion as it's more join you or be hunted."
You could join us and be hunted all at the same time. It's a great path to go down.
I do understand it as such, but I have preferred myself to understand it as to keep my opinions subtle unless absolute.
That makes sense. He's a peace cleric, so
I try. Nonetheless, you guys go in? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Unless Wiggles wants to stay out. I mean, it sounds like he doesn't want to go in. So I mean,
Wiggles,
stay in.
Do you go? Do you stay or do you go?
And get
Jesus Christ.
forever.
Yeah, Wiggles. Is he awake?
Take me to cast ritual cast sprinkles.
Well, wait, you don't. He's already alive. He's not dead. You just snap your fingers and he comes back.
Then I snapped my fingers.
I know.
I assumed I had to go get him.
Well, yeah, because you always assume that. So I didn't want to have to tell you that, for once I didn't kill him. So, there was no effort. But yes.
And the dragon slime didn't kill him.
Well, you snap your fingers. Boom, boom. Wiggles. Boop, boop. I mean, sorry. Sprinkles returns. So, document. It's just telling the cat how short they are.
Gowron's gonna start chanting again because now he's read his spell list, and he's gonna ritual cast augury before we step into the threshold. While we're kind of just chilling out here.
Okay. 1 sec.
He would use. Let's see. What would he use as a divining tool? He'd use like a silver rod. I think is what he would have. It would be kind of shaped in like the. It would have like a weird kind of curved spiral, like a DNA structure almost to it.
So are you
Helix.
inquiring, or are you just reaching into the
Yeah.
world?
Yeah, so it says
Yeah, I
the
get
next
yeah.
plan of action. So taking the route that we're going to take through this doorway, I would like to know wheel and woe, or nothing.
Okay. Um. I'm thinking about all kinds of possibilities of the shit that you guys come up with in theory.
I'm asking God.
I know. Yeah,
This is
I'm
a
like
fun
really like
spell.
I'm like
It's a free ask God like once or
how
twice.
fucked
a
up
day.
are these
It's
guys
kinda
gonna
cool.
really just mess up this opportunity, this chance they're given? Okay. From Gowron's perspective in his inquiry. For shits and giggles, all of you guys roll D100s for everyone. Both Galrons. I'll roll one for the other one. You roll yours. All of you guys individually. Let's just get a general vibe for each of y'all.
74.
Okay, thank you. Ooh, nice. You're right there with Sirdon at 72. Ooh, nice. Okay. You guys are all kind of like, not too bad. Mine's the only one way out there in the boonies. Okay. Nice. Yeah, pretty sturdy with you guys. Gowron would go, Roly. I must make you known that our immediate future will be grand and heavy. I cannot say if it's a sacrifice ahead of us. I'm consulting it and I cannot defer. But what I do understand in my gut is it's not we will lose one, but we will sacrifice some. Whether it is anything having to do with us directly or another, it will weigh on us individually.
But we'll make it through, right?
Some, if not all.
Alright, sounds good and bad. Well, that's how most shit is.
We just... He thinks hard. He focuses. If we avoid the right purposes, we should all be safe. But the sway of opinion might matter.
All right. As
It
we
comes-
sit
yeah, go ahead.
as we sit outside this entryway, and we're kind of pondering on Gowron's words for a little bit to kind of guide us in the right direction. I'm guessing we're kind of all getting ready from, just having done what we just did. He's going to also ritual cast Rary's telepathic bond. I'm going to link 8 willing creatures
Nice.
cyclically. So I guess I would choose Gowron, Jin, Roly, Original. Well, Gowron, I think he gets himself. No, he doesn't. You have to choose. Okay, Gowron, Jin, Roly, Sirdon, Eric, Wiggles. That's 6. We get Eric? Yeah, I said Eric. So I can get everybody, basically. Yeah. And the copy and the other Roly, or the other Gowron, and the other Roly.
Okay, you got it. You all feel this connection. Gowron goes, you all can hear me now. And you all get a beep, 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 beep. Like a bazillion and one walkie-talkies just whoop, and echo Gowron in your minds as you all look around and realize each of you heard it.
Oh shit. The intercom's on. Alright, cool. How are you doing?
You guys all feel the same sense of very well.
Yep.
So,
Are you all ready to go? And
I'm ready.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ready as we'll ever be.
One second.
Are we gonna have a light up? Does anybody need light for seeing purposes? Is it dark in there?
you could probably see in the first room. It has an illusionary nature. In fact, you might actually feel like you're not outside. I don't know if it wasn't for the ceiling.
As you guys all walk inside, and immediately this long corridor turns into a cavern. Fully illuminated before you.
Oh, I love the smell of all such things.
You're a worm. How do you smell?
Well, I've seen about 722
Again,
of
same
you come
question. You're
through
a worm.
here,
How do you see?
and
Yeah, it does have big eyes. I did clarify that it has hair and big
It
eyes.
was a worm. Like
Yeah,
worms
I
don't
know.
have eyes.
This one does. I specified that it has a worm-like body where it's segmented with vibrant glow. Oh, well, I didn't say
Wasn't
vibrant, but I did
Layla.
say glowing. I did say eyes with hair that kind of like figments out. And I'm depicting the worm from Labyrinth, but nonetheless the same. So
Alright. Which way?
that way.
as it just head nods, it's a tiny worm, so its head nod could be like a very general direction. What was that,
Really
Wiggles?
low. Yeah, really low.
And here we said.
This is why you didn't want to go in the labyrinth. You kept saying the worm gave general directions.
Oh, you finally put it together. Got it. Yes.
No, I knew that from the start. That's
Oh,
why I
got it.
wanted to go down the thing.
Got it. You didn't want to go this way. Got it. You knew it was in trouble. Got it.
Here we go.
Everyone, give me a. Hold on. Let me look at. Let me look at my options. A religion check. Damn, not 20? What the fuck? And so you don't have a +1. That was the character sheet I opened to look at the options. The curses. Nice, Eric. It just gets worse the more that you guys
I
roll.
got 6.
Oh, recovery on rolly. Okay, 6. Yep, you followed the trend at that point. Right, now it gets higher. Now we're traveling back up. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Shirdon, you immediately understand that this is the cave. Not in, like this is the cave, but like from your Fey nature, you understand that the vibrance of this area is that it is echoes of the past. You have experienced these things before in the Feywild. The labyrinth, it seems to be a compartmentalized layout of connected segments of different planes in which somebody was like, I like this area. Boop, boop. And then just went on with their life and said, I like this one too. And it just, the next one to come in was just attached. So the trivial nature of difficulty is really room by room, but nonetheless, the path is laid. And here is the echoes of the path. In this room, the house of it is magical. Remnants of adventures who previously failed the labyrinth, preserved its phantoms. The greenery could occasionally flicker and show when it had consumed somebody and or killed or stopped or hindered another. past explorers interacting with the cavern show that they fade before any actual resolution comes to security and safety. But you see one particular group get past the living trap, the ancient mechanisms, and find the hidden passage. You see one wall of the cavern contains a small camouflaged hole or crack. As you lean up to it and you get closer and you realize that it's just a generalized gap.
I head that way.
As you head in that general direction, it is right here. Oops, sorry, it's not pinging. Hold on. Let me... there you go. Ping it up there. Perfect. As you head up, you see that there is this odd kind of sensual gleam of river fluid. And I say river fluid in a very specific manner, that it is not river water. It is not a ocean. It is not a fresh spring. It is river fluid. The shit that is brushed and risen and mucked around and desecrated in, etc., etc., etc. The filtration of what would be if something were to grasp what rivers have, infiltrate for all the bad, and shove it down here in a sludge-like, slushy nature that's not cold. And it runs down. You notice that there is no smell here in the cavern. As you look into the rest of them, you may or may not share this acknowledgement.
I would share it. I would let my companions know what I've kind of assessed and what I've determined.
Got it. You also, as you do explain this to them and they are looking at you like you're crazy, you put your hand out in an example sense to try to clarify what it is you're translating to them. As you go to grab a plant next to you, your hand reaches right through it. You've all been so careful of your surroundings, thinking everything has been real, but yet it has been.
Yeah, Broly would say telepathically,
This whole place is fake.
Correct.
I mean, I already gathered that from when he said what we see is.
can I see anything through the ethereal plane or anything about this stick that would stand out to a true seeing?
Yes. What stops people the most from getting through here was not the fact that it was very clear on how to get out. It was the alluring nature of exotic vegetation that none of you seem to care for. Through this secret, you guys would end up in a room in which you cannot see past. You know that there's a room there. It's kind of like a Metroid Prime map where you're like, oh, fuck, there's something there, but I just don't know what's inside.
We make any kind of like check or general intelligence or like an engineering sort of guess
What are you
on
trying
how to
to
get through it?
Oh no, you can get through it
where?
easily. You already know how.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Seer Dawn has figured out. Yeah, he's showing you the through. Like
Ah.
it's not even like it's not like a
Well,
cavern
what the
wall that
fuck we
has to be
waiting for
pushed.
then?
It's
Let's go.
illusionary. You just walk through. It's just you don't know what you can see the size of the next area, but you don't know what's beyond the into the next area. Like everything is blocked by some kind of guard until you enter. Then you sense everything around you, etc.
Yeah, Gowron and the two Rolai will make their way through the
I
wall.
like that. You guys go into the next room. It is immediately to your guys' understanding, completely what feels initially as pitch black. There's nothing. You will see gray instead. You see nothing. It's different from the lush illusionary cavern. It's cold, dark. Everything around you is smooth. obsidian-like in nature, reflecting any light sources you all have. The air is thicker, weighs heavier, filled with a weird, odd humming nature to it. In the distant, machinery renaissance echoes. Everything around you is unnaturally smooth. Yet there are faint etchings carved into the stone that does not look like any of such. In the very center of the room.
Where to next, my wormy friend?
I just move forward. But there's two different hazards and puzzles in here. There's a thing that just takes from one, and another that spirals. There's also secrets.
Good secrets, bad secrets.
Well, at the room center, if the spiral's properly solved, an ancient obsidian guardian construct is awakened.
Sounds terrible. Okay, let's not solve it.
It's not best to fight it head on. There's also a hidden path. But it depends if the spiral goes your way.
Is that the recommended path or not?
Well, that's if you choose the spiral.
On the floor, there's a spiral pattern. It's beyond decorative. It's purposefully detailed, in-depth, layered, constructed to give attention to, yet indescribable. As you look at it, you could see walking the spiral in the wrong direction could trigger a magical drain against you. While walking it correctly could deactivate the effect or reveal this secret tunnel. How do you wish to approach it?
Well, I'm asking the worm. How do I make the spiral correct?
You walk it.
Which way?
Purpose. Follow your heart.
Follow my what?
Your heart.
Alright, well, I'll follow my heart.
As you walk, and rotate around, you find yourself in a perfect spiral. Like perfect. I'm talking like if you guys all had to do a etch-a-sketch or a draw by number kind of vibe, you would literally make the perfect spiral. Somehow, some way, it would curvature your markings. As he meets the center, and you get a clue for the future. You hear this weird echo in your mind, Eric. The rest of you, it's meta, so only Eric, unless shared, hears this. Along the walls of the room, faint carvings or runes hint at the challenges that lie, particularly regarding the navigation of or, test, and will. If you were to see those words, that should be a focus. You hear oddly enough, before you, you don't see anything but yourselves. Each of you, individually, as if you were alone. A reflection pool stares back at you. It feels like a low ceiling is ahead, but illuminating before you is a soft, pale blue glow coming from a large, perfectly still pool of water in the very center of a room that feels unnaturally quiet. No echoes from anyone's footsteps as you look to your left and right. And each of you feel the comfort of your party, but understand that you are in your instance alone. What do you each do?
Can we still speak to each other telepathically?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are connected in every way. You guys just feel that you guys find that you are in literally like a personalized room of sorts.
The blue screen of death.
I mean, it's not that blue. It's a beautiful blue.
Guys, we found Windows 98.
Ti-di-da.
Yeah.
So I reach towards the reflection.
All right. As you reach toward it, you feel ice cold, disturbingly vicious, liquid like mercury. As it clings to you, I need you to flip a coin. It would be a D2. D2. You have to click a dice and okay, beautiful.
There we go.
Eric. Hold on, I'm reading the full effects.
Oh no.
Please don't tell me we just summoned it bad, Eric.
I'm counting the
It
options.
touched the demon zone.
3.
Come on, I'm the one
Or
that does
a
this stupid
D6,
stuff.
Eric. Depends on what it is, please. When you're ready, Eric. A D6. Beautiful. Ooh. Okay. I can't do it now because I'd have to go through a list. But next session, you will lose a spell, the knowledge of one. You can get it back, but at this time you would not at this
Yeah.
immediate time. But next session, there is a spell that will be missing from your character sheet, which will be randomly selected.
That's not good. That's bad.
Like
That's
from
very
my
bad.
full character sheet, or just like from my full knowledge base, or
Like your full knowledge
I might
base.
be able
So
to.
not
I might be able to fix
necessarily,
it. Hold
but
on.
your
Hold
full
on.
knowledge base. But you don't know this yet,
If he
Aurora. You're not
right,
you
yeah.
don't
If
know
he
this yet.
becomes aware
Yeah.
of it, we do
Yeah,
have a cleric with us to.
but at this time,
Yeah.
you are not aware of it. Out of all your instances, Eric touches the water or the pool as stated. He takes his hands off of it and then looks at the ripples in which it causes. You see your reflection. A shadowy, semi-solid form. And mind you, I apologize. As this happens, this is for everybody in your own imagination. Okay? So, give me 1 second, sorry. In your own reflection, in each of your instances, you see a shadowy, semi-solid form rising from the pool. They look and are shaped just like you, but made of this unique, shimmery-like water. You may all make insight checks.
Insight?
Yes.
17.
Okay, thank you. 26. Oof, 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 nice. Nice, that 20 coming in as an Eric. 30.
Good.
Eric, after playing with it, you realize that this is mercury, but it's living. It has some kind of conscious. So you don't really understand that it's mercury, but believe it's being puppeteered. Galron understands that it's living metal. Otherwise, Wiggles, you would also understand that it is living metal. It looks just like your silhouette. Or your shadow, if you wish to describe it as such.
this is some kind of
with a
dwarven
shimmering
magic.
glow. As it copies and mimics your very movements. You see that it does not intend to be lethal or combative, but more as a potential directive or misdirective lead. It's hard to tell whether or not this is a destructive or allied force. Their purpose is still unknown. One of you guys, Eric rolled that 20.
Yeah, I rolled.
Do you want this to be in a secret channel, or do you want this to be discussed and not in meta?
I mean,
We do have telepathic bond, so
I mean, but it's
it
up
would
to
be
whether or
very
not he
easy
chooses to share.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
it puts it in the public.
Because he rolled a nat
voice-
20, he understands
public voice
something that's
chat,
very special. So do you want to know the secret publicly but meta, or do you want to know it privately?
I'd prefer to not have the meta account to it.
Okay, so let's go to our channel real quick while you guys discuss your next potential steps.
I'm just gonna have this thing circling around me because I don't fucking trust this place anymore.
So we're following a vague worm through a very
Mhm.
dangerous
Illusionary labyrinth, yeah, for like 40 some miles, maybe even further.
Or we could have tried to get my sunstone from the dragon that was apparently
Just
not
'cause it's a
killing
dragon doesn't mean
sprinkles.
it has a sunstone, and the dragon might be in the labyrinth. So,
Whatever was down there wasn't killing sprinkles, is my point.
hmm. So you wanted to go down
And
the well? Was your vote?
that was my vote because
Hmm.
he said over and over again the worm is going to be vague and unhelpful.
Wiggles does not trust the worm. Got it.
Wiggles loves the worm.
I mean,
Wiggles
wants
does
to-
not think the worm
Yeah.
will guide us through the labyrinth.
Sure, he's like, it's a useful tool, but it's not gonna get us through this shit like you think it's going to. Got it. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty wise.
Love the worm. I would love to keep the worm and have it be my
I
friend.
mean, if it can give us a like transcription of those type of spells, like that's. I mean, we'll get to a level where the game doesn't work anymore. Like, but
Oh,
hey, that's why
I
you have
was
like end game
thinking-
content.
I was thinking he could teach the spells to our wizards who could write them in
Oh,
their
yeah.
book.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because we were trying to get an army of wizards so we could sail faster and not get eaten by the random
We are trying to build a
monstrosity.
crew.
Yeah.
If you're building a crew of spellcasters and you have a thing that can just shit out in perfect writing, like all the text of all the spells, yeah, that's pretty useful. Like,
Yeah, that's like I said, I love the worm. I want to keep the worm. I don't think it's going to be helpful getting through the
he did say that it's
This
going to make
labyrinth.
somebody go crazy, and Jin is the one that has it. So
No,
I don't know
Eric
if I
has
want to
it.
create. Oh, Eric has it now. Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
took it
Eric
from
has it.
He's fucked. He's or fucked.
I
He's
did
gonna
warn. Suna did warn
Oh,
people
yeah.
that it's gonna make
Yeah,
someone go
Rolly
crazy.
Rolly was
Wanted
not
to
on
kill it,
board
but I
with even
could
like
not.
bringing this thing. Like, but after it said wish, like his brain kind of just like forgot all the words. It said, "Oh wow." He's not the one that has to touch it, so Eric wants to do it. That's fine.
We
What are we gonna do
should
about these
have
fucking
Sprinkles carry
shimmering
it.
things? Could. I don't know if Eric would let you.
I don't think Eric's gonna give it up.
No, it's never
I don't
getting
think
out
so
of his
either,
hands.
but-
It's his now. Wanna do some drugs? I got black sap and blight ichor.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? Blight ichor is really good. Hold on. It gains advantage on intelligence and okay, and it has vulnerability to psychic damage. Oh, it gives advantage. Okay. It'd be cool if it was like a poison you could do that just give them vulnerability to psychic damage. Maybe we'll see if Wiggles, can you make that? You can put poisons. Could you like strip out the good part of the blight ichor?
We can ask. I'm sure he'll have me roll for it.
I mean, I have a whole shit ton of it. That'd be really cool because then we could try and poison people and they'd be very, very significantly damaged by rolly spells. Those are all psychic damage, basically.
I got Mind Sliver I can do.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so the Rolly and Jin and Wiggles are debating how to manufacture drugs to make a poison that makes vulnerability to psychic damage.
Okay.
Wiggles is down. Wait,
Like
so
that.
what it how does it work? Does it have to be ingested, inhaled? Can it be
It says
through a
distilled
wound?
from fungus. It says it's a liquor that has psychedelic properties. I think you would each dose. It just says you take a dose. So I guess it's kind of up to the DM how he would interpret blight ichor as a drug to be
Blight?
taken.
If
Yeah.
blight were an ingestible, it would be in doses of 4
Chartreuse, which is
ounces.
funny. I like that. I like that.
And with that, I would say,
Injectable?
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's obviously resistible, but you can attempt to, yes. I wouldn't say that
we're
it has like a.
definitely
Let me just put it this way: this concoction does not have a protein shell to stop, to protect it from the most capable of bodies that have natural acidics or other resistances. Just put it that way. I
no,
would
but a
classify it
random
as a
human.
poison at this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, we're trying to turn the drug into a poison.
Yeah.
So that it
So,
doesn't give
I
the
would
benefits
say,
of
yeah,
the
okay.
advantage on intelligence and wisdom checks, but it just
Mhm.
gives the vulnerability to psychic damage.
Yeah, I would consider it a poison. So if people were resistant and or immune, it would not be nearly as
Sure.
purposed.
I mean,
yeah.
it'd still be cool. Okay, cool. Something to
Yeah,
think about.
but I'd honor
what
it.
did,
Yes.
What did
otherwise.
what
Like
did
barbarians,
Eric
super
learn?
vulnerable in the event that they're not, classified immune to poison if they weren't a dwarf. That kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But anyways,
Dwarves are immune to poison?
no, barbarians that are the right class, like the right race. Sorry, like species benefit of immunity to poisons. Like, I think, dwarfs are resistant or immune, or Durgards are for sure. There are certain races that are like they've just been around, like Yontis. There's literally snakes, etc. But nonetheless,
Yeah, they're immune to poison.
so. But going on. Eric returns. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'd just tell them to try their best to resist the will to hate one another. I guess, like, try to fight your best effort to have disgust for one another, because this place is I'll say it as it is, Delcare hatred area. it's gonna try to push us apart.
The test of this entire area is what Eric is trying to say, is that it is about hatred and despise between one another. So to stay strong in belief instead of doubt, whether or not you choose to believe in it.
I think Gowron would try and say some kind of inspiring words.
Okay, give me a performance check
and-
real quick.
Okay.
Let's see how well it comes out from him.
He has like emboldening bond and all that. You
Yeah,
know, he's like
for
the
sure.
friendship
Yeah.
cleric. You know,
He's a
Gotta try and roll it.
friends together.
I'll give a bardic to him on that as well.
Okay. He will say,
19.
friends, I wish to support Rolly's decision and what it is he is informing you all of. We must stick together and be with each other, as Eric has stated. The Delkiel are strong. I have seen them destruct many things across the plains before they were once contained. I do not know what brings them back, but whatever it is wrong, and we must stop it. Do we understand one another?
You got it, boss.
F is for friends who do things together.
And we hope they don't fuck it up.
Oh
You feel
That's the
god.
glares.
important part.
You feel glares, Wiggles, as they all just kind of lean heavily on you.
Rolly just plays a little tune of it, like like the reverb.
So, you guys all come together to go forward. As you do, you find yourselves in this kind of noisy alleyway, just of salesmen and trade and ongoings of business and purpose. While all that is happening, you see the alleyway lie ahead of you, just going and going, and then open up and birth into what could be potentially a... Whoa, hold on, sorry. This shit loaded way fucked up. Let me fix this. On your guys' way there, you discuss what? You guys all come together, boop, 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 popping into each other's existence. And in doing so, you guys are running in like a funnel, I would say. While you are doing so, what do you discuss as you realize this place is going to test all sorts of mental?
I would
So
kind of
we were-
recommend that discussions are probably going to be our downfall.
Yeah, if it's trying to turn us against each other,
Well, while we're all vulnerable to hate,
Nice.
I think Sprinkles should carry the worm. Because it's gonna drive us insane.
yeah, we do have to deal with that little fact, don't we?
I disagree. So
Rolly kind of like raise both eyebrows and wiggle them a bit.
I don't think the creature that dies instantly should be holding anything. So
He doesn't
Actually,
have
he
to
would
be
do-
at
he
the
would do
front
the worm
line.
with his eyebrows.
and I mean I already have very little trust in Wiggles and his ideas. Since most of Wiggles' ideas are selfish.
Yeah, last time we gave him Jin's ring, it got sold to a goblin. So.
Nobody gave him Jin's ring. He stole Jin's ring.
Okay, well, still.
Very true.
Hey, I've been told you can't steal a genie's ring.
Cool.
Yet you still managed to do it.
And lose it.
And pawn it.
And pawn it. Yeah, pawn it and lose it. And have
I
many people
still
die
don't
between it.
understand how it got sold. All I asked for was an appraisal.
And I had to obliterate a goblin.
Yep.
Yeah, he's dead. He's super dead. He lived
truth.
off like 20 minutes after that deal was struck. That's a bad day for him.
As you guys arrive in this alleyway of business, how do you proceed?
I'll have Gowron cast guidance on Rolly just as a to do.
Okay.
If Sprinkles listens to Eric, would Eric be willing to let Sprinkles keep track of the worm?
No.
I'm really worried one of us is gonna go nuts.
I know.
Especially
I'm not
the
gonna go
strongest.
You guys
I-
begin to hear whispers.
I guess hear that. That sounds wonderful.
It's the echoing of business and rumors going about you, all of you, as you walk through this alleyway. Continuous whispers. Continue.
Okay. Are we sitting here for a minute?
You tell me.
Or are we going to keep moving? Gowron could do detect magic as a ritual if we wanted to.
I think he's just gonna get overloaded with everything being magic.
Yep. Yeah, we did that before, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Do we sense any celestial fiend undead or
I would
cursed ground?
say
Hallowed
there is no
ground?
celestial fiend or undead. No.
Is ground cursed or hollowed?
Cursed.
Okay, wonderful.
Hold on 1 second. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from all of you? Eric at advantage, Rolly at advantage, Sirdon at advantage.
I think. Hold on, let me double check something. But I think
Uh-huh.
everybody might have advantage because
Are you
of
kidding
my
me?
aura.
Oh, the
Okay,
aura.
Sirdon vanishes.
Hold on.
He's too powerful.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. You got it. Okay, never mind. Everyone has
Nope.
advantage.
No. It's resistance to damage from spells that I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it a magical effect?
It's a influence on the area.
Is it
But
a
is
charm?
it created by magic? Yeah.
It is psychic in nature.
Okay.
Got a
Gowron
6.
has the spell guard shield.
You said
As
at
it
advantage
flashes.
for Sirdon or no?
Say that again. Sorry.
Did you say advantage for Sirdon or no?
I'm thinking about it right now.
I was gonna say, like, I'm a little confused because I mean, if I got the +3 for this, I should actually get +2 more, right? Because of Sirdon. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Theoretically, yeah, you're fine, which is good. You're superpowered. 23 is what you're trying to say.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Sirdon. Hold on, I'm reading the effects of it to see whether or not they have a bigger effect on you or not. At this time, you would have advantage.
Okay.
Good thing you had it. Okay, you're good. Gowron's cool. So what happened with Rolly and Jin and Wiggles and everyone?
Wiggles failed horribly.
Great. That's what I like to hear. There we go. Beautiful. A 2. And a 7. Gosh.
I'll
Wow.
use,
It just.
I'll use lucky
There you go.
7
on
plus.
the
Jen, where's Jen?
failure.
Nobody's put their +5 too, so
True. But still, 12 is low. But that's
Got an
better.
11 then.
Okay, an 11. Wow.
Reminder
Oof,
to add my aura bonus to your.
Oof, not much
Oof.
yeah,
better.
that's what I
Oof.
was saying.
Oof.
Yeah, so everybody's
But I do
+5.
have I do
Wow.
have peerless skill as well.
Which gives
So
you
I can
a
do that.
10. What?
It gives me a D10.
Okay. And has Jin rolled or not? Okay, nice. Recovery. Nice. Okay.
The
Wow.
luck and the Vardic. There you go.
All right. So I think I'm the only one tripping. Did Jin fall asleep?
Jin?
Yeah.
Jin, you there?
Oh, there you go.
On
On
phone.
phone.
What
Wisdom
we
save.
rolling? Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Oh, wait. We
Yeah,
need to
wisdom.
type it to wisdom. Save. Oh, he did a save. He's good. Nat 20. He's like, fuck you. I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone. I don't have time for this.
He called a
Fuck.
friend. This is for good.
Yeah, he
Who
called
wants
a
to be a
friend.
Yeah, his
millionaire?
patron or
Yeah,
whatever. It's just like in his
fuck,
head,
no,
like, hey, I'm busy.
Exactly.
He's just like this. He's got like
He was like, yo,
he's
master,
like a
handle
kid
this
in The
shit.
Sims or something. You know, you like can't hurt him in this state.
Yeah. He had the gnome out front. All right. So, cool. With that, I think only Wiggles fails. Cool.
Lay it on me, boss man.
Oh man, I never wanted
Yeah, I
to
guess
do
I'd
this.
like to see this resolve, and then I'm assuming we're close to the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flip a coin for me. It's I mean, I don't know if you can 1d2. I don't know if you can do it on D&D Beyond.
I don't
Not
think I
do it.
can.
Okay, then do a d4 and odds are 1. The odds are 1, evens are 2.
The evens.
That's what you got.
Yeah. I
Okay.
got a 4.
You, sir, have an intelligence of 2
Oh no.
immediately. That means you are unable to do a lot of things, like anything. So,
dude.
yeah, they have to recover that. On top of that, on top of that,
Okay.
you take on the persona of a paranoid kobold. You are lost in a town, and you are surrounded by unknown adventurers that are your allies. And you make unnecessary noises that draw attention.
Yeah, at the first sign of him going kind of insane, Gowron would flip the fuck around and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, that's how we'll start next session.
Amazing.
As the unfortunate
we'll
events
get
have now
greater
occurred.
restoration ready for that.
That is totally fine.
If I
We
need
will
to
roll
fix
and
him.
see if there's enough attention to warrant any responses, and we'll go from there. But nonetheless, you guys have chosen the trivial challenges, the 17 arcs of absolute. This lore worm will tell you the truth, but whether or not you all can face it is a whole nother thing. And we will see.
So far, only one of us is super weak.
They are the weakest link. We should survivor this, right? Just kick them off. You know, like side by
mean,
Off the island.
I can just recast Simulacrum. We just send copy to his dude.
Right. Just, let's get another of them, Halo. Here's a multi-party team. Go die so we know how many are ahead. It doesn't hurt the stats, I promise. Yeah. So I will see you guys next time, and we will see how this develops.
Awesome.
Peace.
Thanks.